Hit the button. Let's see what's up. Waiting.
Don't sound confident.
Hey, you know what? I just hate this little extra pause. You gotta see. Oh, there you go. It says nothing.
There you go.
All right. And we are.
Oh, your mic just went crazy.
My way went crazy?
No, okay, there you go. You go.
I'm back. You're back to biz? Okay. Yeah. All right. And we are live. Welcome to the Iron Lords podcast and the lordsofgaming.net, episode number 137. And it's another glorious Sunday. We're back at the round table on the Lord's Day. I'm very excited about our special guest, and we've got Switch on the brink of history, HorizonZeroDawn, the PC, Xbox Lockheart, and the Crown Your Lord segment Game Awards returns to discuss. So we're going to get right into it. I want to introduce a Lord whose content was first introduced to me by Lord Flannel after PAX East 2019. Not only is Lord one of our bright stars within the Nintendo community, but is easily one of the most concise game reviewers, along with being a truly passionate multi-platform gamer. Introducing the creator and host of the Flannel Fox and Cigar Noob YouTube channels. The working dad with by far the longest commute, and still the de facto leader of switchers everywhere. New Jersey's finest, and making his debut into the realm of the Lords. My man, Tim Swernick, a.k.a. the Flannel Fox. How you doing, sir?
Oh, very good, very good. Damn, what an intro.
You're in the realm of the Lords, man. You're a Lord at what you do. It's only right we show you the proper respect here at the round table. How you doing, man?
Very good. Ready to talk nerd, man. Ready to talk about Game of the Year, Switch making history, and killing dinosaur robots on PC, man.
No doubt, man. What else been going on? What you been playing, man?
Oh, it's been playing. So I actually just got to a point in The Witcher 3 where I think I'm ready to move on, but I've just been jamming The Witcher 3 on Switch.
All right, now first, you got to call it by its correct name. So that is
Switcher 3.
There you go.
Yeah,
My man.
calling it Play-Doh 3.
Oh, man, the slander. They go resolution slander us now, right now.
I gotta say, though, when I heard the Switcher, that's how I sign off on all my video game reviews. I'm like, see you next time, Switchers. And when I heard the first time, I was like, yo, can I get like copyright infringement going on right here? Like, what's happening? No, I was so hyped when they even rumored The Witcher possibly coming to the Nintendo Switch for a long time. And I was ready to take that graphic hit, which it definitely took.
Yeah.
But I never played, even though I bought The Witcher 3 on Xbox One and PC, I never played it on either one. I'm just one of those like, oh, I gotta buy a game today. I gotta do that thing. It was on sale.
I'm gonna address that later too.
What's that?
Yes.
But have you guys? I'm assuming one of you guys has played The Witcher.
Of course.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It got to a point. I'm like 50 hours in on the Switch. And I held off playing Gwent for a really long time because I'm like, I'm not even going down that rabbit hole. But then I started playing Gwent, and it's amazing.
Oh, no.
And but I just have so much gear now that I feel like I'm like so OP, and I haven't completed the story, but most of the missions that I go on now, I'm like, I'm just gonna it's not that hard anymore. So I just switched off and I just bought Ni no Kuni.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, which is actually the kid's name is Oliver, and that's my son's name, and I love the little the British little elephant trunk dude that's with you. They calls him. It's like, hello, Ollie boy. Like, yeah.
How far did you make it in it? I made it pretty decent. I'm almost finished with it.
Ni no Kuni?
Yeah.
I just downloaded
picked it
it Friday morning. So so I played it a little bit on my commute.
Nice.
But I had to finish The Irishman on the way home. So
nice.
That was actually a good movie. I actually enjoyed that. I try to stay away from those little mini card games because when I played Final Fantasy VIII and I was playing that little mini card game, I got obsessed with it more than the actual game itself.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I'm like, never again. Like,
that's too funny, no doubt. So it's been a lot of gaming for you. That's good. You know what I mean? So we're going to get into the original four horsemen of gaming, those lords of the realm here at the round table. My co-host with the co-most, my brother from another mother, the difficult game conqueror, Lord of reviews, and the how of the young wolf. My man, Lord Addict. How you doing, sir?
doing pretty good. Recovering from the Pokemon-itis that I had.
A lot of Pokemon action. I know we had a lot of discussions this week, very strong discussions. about
It's
Pokemon?
it's an average game. Don't let these people tell you any different.
Ooh, slander. Is that Pokemon
No,
slander?
are you serious or you just being facetious?
I'm serious, 100% serious.
It seems that way. That's why I went with Nino Kuni. I literally almost bought Shield this week, and then I was like, I watched too many reviews, and I was like, it seems like people aren't pumped about it. I'll wait.
I mean, but the sales dictate otherwise. That's why I'm confused with it, because the sales is off the charts with it.
It's because it's Pokemon.
Yeah, but there it is. It's back to the polarizing part. Sales is crazy. People are saying that it's good. Some people are saying it's average. So I'm thinking that the people that are real Pokemon heads are saying it's average at best, and the other guys is yelling out it's good because maybe that's their first Pokemon game or something like that.
Well, you know what I really think it is everybody was so excited and like, all right, I think that Game Freak is going to do something Breath of, like what they wanted was the Breath of the Wild of Pokemon.
Okay.
And they're not going to get it. It's just another Pokemon game. So many people are let down by that. But it's like, I feel like Game Freak needed to either manage their expectations or people stop needing, like, we need to stop thinking that every game is going to be Breath of the Wild.
Pokemon Sword and Shield is a shell compared to other Pokemon games.
Hold on, shout out to Christy.
Whoa.
She said, don't be confused by the sales, King David. The sales are from the apologists. Oh man, some hardcore Pokemon slander.
The sales are from people like me that said they're gonna stand their ground but end up buying the game anyway. So
Shout out, you did definitely do that.
Shout out to Stitch early with switching the bushes emojis already. He already starting trouble.
Wow, y'all crazy.
Anyway, put that coming in hot. I see that coming in hot, y'all.
Yo, they not gonna like me today. Then, I
No
guess.
doubt.
Yeah,
So that's
they
just
ain't gonna
been it,
like me today.
Addict. I know we played a little Destiny last night, but anything else you've been playing, sir?
No, just pretty much Pokemon.
Pokemon, no doubt. And of course, we have our most technical gaming lord, the solo gamer who lives for the single player selfish experience, and also the Sostradamus, Mr. Offline Profile Illuminati and Lord Patron of the Iron Bank, my man, Lord Sovereign. How you doing, sir?
Chilling, man. What's going on, brothers? Good morning.
Good morning.
I don't like how extra he sounds.
Gotta be awake, man. This is what happens when you don't take night
Two
call
more
at 3 a.m.
weeks, he's finished, y'all. 2 more weeks, IOP goes back to 1 p.m. All that good morning stuff is gonna be over.
I cannot wait. He said that today when he called me. He thought I was out cold. I really wasn't. But he was like, "Yo, 2 more weeks." I said, "Thank God."
Killing me right now.
The Lords will no longer bend the knee to NFL Sunday.
Folding my Sundays.
That's right. Let's throw football in the bushes.
So what's up, sir? What you been playing? What's
Good,
going on,
man. I play a little more Luigi's Mansion on the Switch.
I'm jealous.
Obviously, been away from home for a minute, so I play a little bit of that. Damn, that game is pretty. It's so pretty. And then I said I wasn't going to purchase any more games this year. And then one game that I've had my eyes on that I didn't want to pay $50 for, and I'm sorry, but I just didn't. A Plague Tale: Innocence. There was a lot of talk about that game early in the year.
Yeah.
Good things. And it was 50. I was like, I don't know. And it looks
the
like
funny thing is Kid Smith got a review copy for it, so I didn't even pay for that.
Wow.
Oh, really? Yeah, that game is pretty cool, man. I'm really liking it. I've only played maybe like an hour or so, but it's a pretty game.
That's one of the visually impressive games that came out this year.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I got a chance to see it. Shout out to Sam Tolbert, I believe. Isn't that Focus Home Home
Interactive.
Yes,
I don't know the developer.
Yeah, they had a showcase. We got a chance to see it. I got a chance to see it early. I was like, yeah, this thing looks like it has potential. That's the one with the boy and the girl, and it's like rats and all that crazy stuff.
Yeah,
it looked promising.
It's kind of nuts, and the narrative seems really, really cool. So and it doesn't seem like it's a super long game either. So hopefully, it'll be one of the games that I actually get to finish. So that's pretty much it. I want to shout out this game. This is hilarious. I was on N4G, and I ran upon this headline that said, "I am Jesus Christ."
What?
The game is on Steam now. It's coming soon to Steam. It is called I Am Jesus Christ.
You know what's funny?
It is a first-person realistic.
Wait, hold on. They taking it biblical. They going all the way with it.
I'm not messing with you.
It is a Messiah simulator.
Yo, hold on. You know what's funny? I think I seen images of it because shout out to Seamus Blackley. He uploaded his Twitter feed. He's the OG Xbox creator. And I saw some like religious game, and I'm like, and he was like, these characters are looking very Wisconsinian or something like that. And I was like, Wisconsinly is the word he used. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like trying to say that people of that fairy don't supposedly look like that. So it was funny. That's the game. Hilarious.
Wow, dude. I mean,
I'm not even gonna touch that. I'm gonna leave
you leaving that alone, King?
I'm gonna leave that straight alone. I'm not even gonna touch that.
So it's the Messiah Simulator, King?
That's
it's
bait right there.
Truly Crown Your Lord game?
Bro, they have a scene where he is on the cross.
All right, let's go. There it is. Give me my intro.
Sponsorships out.
Give me my intro. That's it. That's
He's
too
done,
much right there. We are moving on. Moving on from this man this morning.
Salute. So that's all you've been watching is the Messiah game.
This guy here today, boy, he's full of energy.
No doubt, Saul in the building. And of course, we have the Incredible Hulk of this, aka the Excess Gamer.
Ooh.
The Lord of Combat Sports. Why can't I say sports? Sports. King of the statues, who demands nothing less than that premium experience. It is the leader of the Fraud Alert movement.
Ooh.
Beloved Lord King. How you doing, sir?
Oh, you guys know exactly how I'm doing today. Woo. You know exactly. Listen, I try to keep y'all as in tune, down with what I was doing yesterday as much as possible, so y'all can see the fight at all times. I was giving you round by round. I didn't want to, actually spoil a fight for you. You can go look at highlights or go subscribe to the Zone for you frauds. But if you wasn't able to do so, I was just showing you round by round. A lot of people didn't like the fact that Anthony Joshua came in a little bit leaner. I love the fact that he came in a little bit leaner. I love the fact that he went in there to avenge his loss. He was embarrassed, people. When you have won at such a level that he has won, that's Olympic gold, and all the way through, he has been winning championships. He's not my favorite heavyweight. Don't get that, construed by anything. My thing is Deontay Wilder is the true heavyweight king. But I'm the facts. But I'm gonna say this man is highly accomplished, and in that first fight he felt disinterested because the person he was supposed to fight, Big Baby Miller, which I thought would have beat him, tested positive for 3 banned substances. Yeah, 3 different banned substances that are totally egregious.
That boy was out here.
Like he was taking testosterone with a booster of estrogen or some other stuff. He was just out of control with
it. You got to balance out the testosterone.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this guy was trying to balance everything. He was juggling. He was juggling drugs. So you got Andy Ruiz. So druggling. He was druggling. That's jokes out there.
I like that.
He was druggling. So we got Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz was 8 weeks off of a fight that he previously had, right? So he was begging for the fight, and they gave it to him. Now, this leads me to believe the only reason why Andy Ruiz came in the shape that he was in and ready, because he already previously just had a fight. This leads us to believe because he came in 283 pounds. Woo! Now, when I say that he was disgusting, I'm not saying that his shape, I'm not body shaming the man. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about as a profession. As a professional boxer, you're supposed to take your profession and you're supposed to really, if this is how you feed your family, then sir, they're going to go hungry because you didn't sit there and say, you know what, I believe in myself. I'm here. I want to win. You came in a nasty, sloppy, overweight self, and it's not body shaming when I'm saying this. I'm saying it because he was supposed to come in 255. He came in 263 the first fight, come in 255. You know the other guy is training. You come in a little bit leaner. You give yourself a chance to win. So people don't call you a one-shot pony, like Buster Douglas. Buster Douglas ate his way out of the championship. He robbed us of good years. Right? They showed a cutaway, a picture of a video of all the people in his house, all these new family members, all these new people out of the woodwork once you have some money. And that changes your perspective of things. You was losing for so long. Now that you got the win, you don't know how to hold on to the win. AJ knew how to get back to the win. He doesn't like the taste of losing. You saw it. The guy didn't have a haircut. The guy had a scruffy beard. The guy, he was so. You know what it is? Because he didn't care about photo shoots.
I feel that.
He didn't care. You know how it is, Cog.
I feel that. I'm saying, King, can I interject for a second?
Yes, go ahead.
I did see a little bit, and I guess he stuck to the game plan. He kept it outside and all that. I just felt like I don't know. Wasn't impressed. Like,
No, he's not.
You know what's
It's
funny?
not impressive.
I wasn't impressed.
Because
No.
here's the thing. It's like
Right.
they were showing the press conference, and like
Mhm.
they have him. And, I mean, he looks like the prototypical heavyweight, right? He looks like the dude who's supposed to be the heavyweight champ. Then they show Andy Ruiz, and somebody said he looked like a created character in a cutscene. I died.
This is true, right? Okay, but Andy Ruiz is a fighter. He has all the skills to win, right? He has none of the discipline.
Yes.
What you saw with Joshua is you saw the discipline without the skills.
Yes.
Right? So he's tall. He's a statuistic man.
Yeah.
He's tall. He's 6'6". He has a reach. He has the right hand. All you got to do is stay the hell out of the way of the next guy. Use your reach and win. That's all he
That's
did.
what you got to do. Yeah, he started the gameplay. Shout out to Baltimore. He said, shout out to Ruiz trying to get the bag for a third fight.
No, and I want to address that. I want to address the fact that you don't deserve a third fight. You don't deserve a third fight because your opportunity was there to shut the door on this man.
Yeah.
Every time he landed flush, Joshua did a little boogie woogie.
Mm-hmm.
I always told you Joshua's chin is not the chin of a champion.
Yeah, it's sus.
And he was surviving off of his stature and off of matchmaking by Eddie Hearn. If any one of those two fight Deontay Wilder, he's going to crack their skull. Literally. They're going to the hospital at the end of the night, and that's going to happen. All right. So now that we passed that, I'm going to talk about something that happened recently this week on Twitter. Now, I'm going to talk to you about these guys that's right here in this room, right? These guys that's in this room with me virtually, my family. Now, this family extends to Channel 5. That's something totally different, but Iron Lords is an offshoot of Channel 5. This is the group. Channel 5 is the team. Now, we survive through love and respect. And what I've seen this week is I saw a lot of love, but I saw a lot of disrespect. Somebody said last week that I disrespected a young female by the name of PMS Jordan.
Right.
And I didn't. I called her a fraud. All right. Now, I didn't know her name. I didn't know under any circumstances. It was a topic that Cognito brought up. Correct. And I called her a fraud for wanting Microsoft to jump out the window and they didn't have VR. Right. And they needed VR. They didn't need VR now. So my comments on that was of such. It's not my job to go and search somebody out and research them. You only research prey. Okay. He's not prey. So she posted on Twitter, before you call somebody a fraud, do some research on me. Right. And she posted her stats. Right. She showed her VR. So me and her bonded off the fact that I'm a VR dude too. And I did that. And we talk back and forth. We follow each other. It's mutual respect. I saw people saying that it was disrespect. There was no disrespect there. She didn't feel it as disrespect. I said definitely respect on everything that you have and how you support. She wants her console of choice to have VR. Yes. Me too. Not at this point in time because it's not necessary in Microsoft's plan. They scraped and they scratched to get back to respectability. They got back to the big boy table.
Want it, but just not necessarily the priority right now. The priority right now should be first party.
We're gonna get that.
Yeah.
I don't want it. Just pointing that out.
I know you don't like VR. And we have video of Addict doing VR, and it's the greatest video in the world. And y'all guys gonna see that. Yes. All right. So in the atrium, you had Portal Rock. Yes. Now, I got to give you one caveat. Then I think it was the night before I was talking to Cognito about Portal Rock and about linking up with him and having him come out with us, while we're in California or whatever, having a drink with the guy, talking to the guy, because I actually respect the guy. Right. And then I've been on a show with him before, and we are very cordial with each other. There's absolutely no problem. People really think people be having beef. I don't know, just, plastic. So he made a comment on her topic. So me and him go at it on Twitter.
Yes, y'all went at it.
We went at it respectfully. If you look at any of the tweets, it's respect. And what Cognito had told me the night before, which I didn't know, is that he's a Marine. Now, let me tell you something. Anybody that gives service to our country has the utmost respect from me. Yes, sir. Anybody that puts his body, himself on the line, he is a hero to me.
No doubt.
Okay, so he's over there being a hero for everybody here. He's allowing you to play video games. This is the honest to God truth, because without our men in service and men and women in service, we do not live the lifestyle that we live.
Respect.
All right. So he knows that me and him have mutual respect for each other. Now, we were joking around. We jump online, right, to play. We were going to play Street Fighter. I haven't booted up my PlayStation in so long that I had a 50 gig download with Street Fighter. But he had one as well. So we in the chat room talking. Lo and behold, he's a dude from the Bronx. So like a lot of comments that he said, you know, he was, you know, from New York. You know, we talking, you know, New York. So we bonding in the room, we laughing, we're joking, we're talking about all the frauds on Twitter, defending each one of us. And he said, he said, you know what? I never get any of this response the way that I'm getting it, you know, when I beef with you. I said, you know why? We are the vocal minority for our majority. Right, so we are the ones that's taking the hit first, you know. So Christopher Hart jumps in, and Christopher Hart's like, y'all know each other? Yeah, kind of, but it's respect.
That's what it is.
What some guys did, and what I saw you guys doing is, I don't care how you feel about somebody on Twitter. Engage with them respectfully, especially if you follow me. If you follow me, do not curse at this man. Do not call this man outside his name. I saw a lot of you guys disrespecting women. You treat those women the same way you treat your mother, your sister, whatever woman that's inside your life that you have a high regard for, you treat her in the same manner. Okay, if you cannot engage responsibly, just shut up and just tune out.
I'm with that. Okay, I was going to jump in real quick.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I saw the banter that was going back and forth. So shout out to Puerto Rico, y'all was going out. But at the end of the day, like I said, what most people don't know is the conversation you guys had in party chat. You know what I'm saying? And just bargaining it out and building, and that's what it's about. So at the end of the day, you know, here's the thing. You know what I'm saying? We're going to say things that people are going to disagree with. The Lords are not going to please everyone. There's going to be hot takes that we have that people are going to disagree with. But all we ask, and I think King is trying to eloquate, is that let's be respectful. Let's not call nobody out their name. Let's not do anything that you wouldn't do in the physical presence of that person. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, we're not into the keyboard stuff. The Lords are outside in these shows. We go to these events, you know what I'm saying? And we're very respectful. That's all we ask. You can disagree. You can say, Cog, I don't believe anything you're saying. That's BS. You know what I'm saying? All good. You know what I'm saying? But again, once it's calling somebody out their name with disrespect, we can't play that. So yeah, we have to remove you from the premises.
Exactly.
So, in the bush. In the bush. That's no King. I said I know we gotta wrap.
But we gotta move on. Yeah. But you know, for all you guys that don't think I play Switch, guess who got they Switch with them today?
Woo! Let's get it. No doubt. And of course, we have the Lord of the Cooperative Experience and the gaming ninja himself, the Shinobi, LordCognito, spreading that realness in the realm of the IOP, not telling you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. For me, it's been a lot of the Outer Worlds, man. Been really getting into it. Shout out to Pravanti. I love that character, man. She's one of my favorite NPCs in the Outer Worlds, man. Love that.
I was upset. I wanted to date her.
Yeah, like how you have. We know her. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So you know that's what it is. But I've been doing that. Shimu, shout out to Attic. We got a little Destiny on. We prepping for Season of Dawn and Osiris and Saint 14 coming back. And
I was pissed off with that, man. Come on, man.
You not feeling it?
Come on, man. Come on, man. Stop bringing back dead characters.
Oh,
man, let them die, man. Let them die. Man.
Wow. That really,
come on, build new characters. Let them die.
I'm done. Anyway, shout out to Def Crips. You know what I'm saying? And a little switch action. I picked up. I didn't get a chance to play it though, but I picked up the Narcos on sale.
No.
Yeah, bro. First of all, it's the Netflix series, which I love. You know what I'm saying? And it's XCOM style. I was like, oh man, they got me. So they gonna get that $20 for that Black Friday sale. So that's what I did. But yeah, man, that's been pretty much it for me. But now that we gotten all the particulars out the way and what the Lords have been playing, I want to start with Lord Flannel Fox, his video game system history, his journey to Twitch and YouTube, and of course what led him to creating the amazing Flannel Fox YouTube channel. So, Lord Fox, let's start from the beginning. What were some of the first video game systems you had, and what got you into gaming?
First video game system was the NES, and trying to
which
Super
NES
Mario
though?
Brothers. Oh, the original NES.
Oh, okay. Now the Duck Hunt one combo, the Rob one, the plane.
I didn't have the combo.
Mhm.
I had Super Mario Brothers 2.
Woo.
I had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Mm-hmm.
which I barely remember.
I remember. It was
I
one
did
single
get.
player.
Was it?
It was single. I was mad. That's what I knew at a young age that a lot of those consoles couldn't do arcade. But continue.
Oh yeah, no, that was a mess. And then I mean, I had a Game Boy, which I'm a huge handheld gaming fan. Even right now, the Switch is my favorite console because you can just play it anywhere. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like I bought a gaming PC thinking like, all right, I'm gonna take this on the train. That's why I bought The Witcher 3. And then I'm sitting there on the train with a laptop that's running hot on my lap.
Wow,
and an Xbox controller. Like this works, but I look like I'm the guy next to me hates my guts. You know what I'm saying? Like, but no, I had the original NES. I had the Game Boy. The biggest impact on me as a kid, as a gamer, was probably the N64. And I got it like a week before my birthday, and I was like so excited to play the Ocarina of Time. So I lied to my mom. I was young at the time, and I was like, "Mom, I have no homework tonight. I can play play N64 all night." So I woke up the next morning at 5 a.m. to do my history homework, and she opens the door to see if I'm awake. And she caught me in a lie. And I got grounded for a week. So I just had the N64 sitting there looking at me, and I couldn't touch it.
Man.
I was like, Mom, this is so... I was like not even 10. Like,
pain.
It was brutal. But then I woke up the morning of my birthday at like 3 a.m. and just played Ocarina of Time. Oh, my God. That game was amazing.
No doubt. What else?
But then, I had the Game Boy for a while, Game Boy Color, fell in love with Pokemon, and then grew up, college. I had no gaming systems during college because I needed to do college. If I had that in my dorm, I would just feel like not doing my projects. And then I came back to Xbox 360 with Mass Effect 2 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. And I was like, damn. Like, I got so hooked on Modern Warfare 4.
That's the Respawn joint right there. I remember that. Woo! Classic.
Was it?
That's original. And I mean, it was when they were Infinity Ward, from my understanding. That one.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was their birth before they had the beef with Activision and then separated. And then Vincent Appel and those guys created Respawn years later. But the classic, the one that you like, that's the one I like. And those are like my favorite Call of Duties. Those are made by those guys who the original. They were Infinity Ward, which is now the original.
Gotcha. After that, I did love Black Ops, though. I really liked Black Ops because it was so arcadey and it was awesome. Like gun game on Black Ops was my jam for like the longest time.
Yes, sir.
But so graduate college, moved up to Brooklyn, lived in Brooklyn for like 7 years. Just recently moved out of Brooklyn, but while I was there, I met my now wife, and we had a little dude. And just I was gaming on a Vita, but then Switch came out, little homie, little Iowa boy.
That's the young gun.
And but so like we're used to going out every night, and I'm just at home now every single night, and I'm like, man, I got to do something.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm reviewing games now. That is what I'm doing. I'm just like, that is my new life. So like every single night I was capturing game footage, playing on my subway ride to work, and using my douchey game show host voice as much as I possibly could. And then, the Switch, while I'm sure that you gentlemen know this, the YouTube community, as far as other creators, are really kind and amazing. Yeah. The audience can be about as smooth as sandpaper sometimes, but that's one of those things that you
gotta deal with. Hold on one second. I missed the super chat. Shout out to Death Singer, our savior, Saint 14. All hail the Titan Master Race. Yes, we understand. We get you.
Bushes.
No doubt. But all right, so I want to go back a second. So one thing you said that I really appreciate, that actually a lot of the guests that we have in the realm, is that you are a huge handheld fan, right? So I just want to focus on that for a second, because I don't get that. I'm also a handheld fan, so I wanted to speak to you on that. Like, so you had Game Boy. Now, did you ever jump outside the Game Boy sphere, or was it you stuck in the Nintendo space when it came to handhelds?
I had a Sega Nomad.
Oh my God,
I can't believe that I actually just remembered the name. Like, because I remember jamming the Sega Nomad when you put the Genesis games in there, and I had Sonic and Knuckles with the Sonic game on top. It's like
sticking out
monstrosity
like
in my hands.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Way too many buttons. You don't need all those buttons for Sonic.
Yo, the Nomad.
6?
Yeah, the Nomad was fire, man. You had the 6-button. It was a portable Genesis thing. I'm mad that it didn't do well, Saul.
Shout out to
Earthworm
the
Jim on the
batteries.
go.
Shout out to the batteries that your family had purchased to support your habit.
Yes. Yes. That is a fact.
And I actually, I don't know why it gets hated on so much. The PS Vita to me holds such a special spot in my heart. The screen is beautiful. Yes, the joysticks are too small. By the way, I mean,
right here.
You played
stays close to me.
Hell yes. Killzone Mercenaries on the PS Vita.
Oh,
Best
yes.
first-person shooter. It's such a badass game. I played through it like 6 times on the Vita.
I remember that, yeah, it did what I like.
I feel I don't have my Switch with me. It's downstairs. I feel like
you're missing something, right?
I feel like I'm like, where's my child? Sorry, you were about to say something.
No, I was just gonna say about the Vita, man. Just like I absolutely before the Switch, like that was one of my favorite handhelds. Just the form factor. And then the Vita still has features that the Switch don't even have, which is like party chat. Remember, across games and the trophy system integrated with the PSN and stuff like that. And it was so ahead of time. That screen, that LED, was it OLED or LED? So
yeah, it was OLED.
Yeah, it was like OLED back then. It was fantastic, man. I had all my
beautiful.
Beautiful hand. I had a lot of little in the corner games too. Was it Metal Gear Acid and some other stuff?
Yeah, they just couldn't penetrate the market like Nintendo. Pause.
I know that, but they had so many indies on there. Like that's where I played Super Meat Boy. That's where I played Fez. That's where I played what's the roguelike with the platformer where you're at? Rogue Legacy.
Yeah.
Like so many games. That's where I got introduced to the Binding of Isaac.
Shout out to Courtesy. We're gonna get to that.
I'm getting that game.
We're gonna get to that game. Shout out to Courtesy.
Dude, you have to. It's so good.
Oh, that's right. The Vita had 3G, but it wasn't like some weird program, King.
It was a separate SKU. Like you had to buy it with 3G, and it was not.
I was upset. I was upset that was the only one that was available. And I had to purchase that if I wanted to get my Vita on, and that thing was like $400 or $500. I was mad as hell. I remember going in the store. I said, "So when are you going to get the other ones?" They didn't tell us about the allotment. All we have is one right here. If you want the one right here, I can give it to you.
I think I know that guy.
I was mad.
He also works at my game.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you know what it is, Fox? The thing that killed it for me too is they had too much proprietary things, right? They have like proprietary memory card, and there's all these things to try to force you to pay extra
ridiculous.
And nickel dime you into the ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
they got me with that a little bit ago because I was like, oh, it's my little cousin's 10th birthday. I'm gonna just pick him up a Vita. It'll be nothing. And then I got the Vita, and then I needed the memory card and all the stuff, and I was like, it was like. Even used with some games, it was like over $250.
Yeah, I spent $700 that day.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna know. Listen, okay, the system itself was like $5, right? Is this the one that's the? Because I got 2 of them. Actually, I got 3 of them, but I don't think this is the 3G one. I think the other one's upstairs because it has some. It looked better. At least it looked better. But after I got that. The memory card, when they hit me in the head with the memory card, and then they hit me in the head with the games. So, and I had to get the case because this thing costs so much money. You don't want to drop it on the floor.
You need the case. The case,
$700.
Yeah, hold on. Shout out to Lord Dirty D82. File super chat. Another Sunday with the Lords. minus 32 degrees Fahrenheit here in the Great White North. My 17-month-old girl loves you guys as well. Peace. Salute, Lord D. Wow. Minus 32. I don't want to know about that life up there, man.
That's brutal.
Yes. You are the king of the North, sir.
You are the king
of the North, sir.
Yes, king of the North. We bend the knee.
Watch out for the White Walkers, sir.
He's in White Walker territory. He's with the wildlings right now.
All right, that's enough.
Salute. But back to my boy Fox, man. Yeah, so you had that Vita, was one of your favorites, and then obviously we know you had to eventually transition into that Switch. So let's just talk about that a little bit.
Oh man, I was so excited. I it was when my little homie was like 3 or 4 months old that January where they had that direct, and I woke up I stayed up to watch the direct, and then he woke up at like 2 a.m. and I was like, well, I'm pre-ordering this right now. It was like in January, as soon as they announced him, so I pre-ordered that and Breath of the Wild. And I'm trying to think what else I got. Snake Pass. Remember that game?
Oh, Snake
Pass.
Shout out to Eggman in the chat.
Snake Pass.
He loves Snake Pass.
I was like, this is like, what's the goal? It's like just to move around. You know, you got to move here
we
also.
talked about that game.
Snake Pass.
I'm not a collectathon fan in my games. I need more of objective-based stuff, but I did like fall back in love with JRPGs with the Switch, where I kind of like really wasn't into them for the longest time. Like I love Pokemon, but then I tried the this was still like early in the Switch's life, where I was like, why are they not bringing more games to Switch?
Yeah.
And I tried the Disgaea 5 demo, and I was like, whoo, this is great.
Yeah.
So and the fact that like, and all demos need to do this, your progress carries over. So I played the demo for like 3 hours, and then I was like, and this carries over? I was like, I get to play this on the train tomorrow? This is sweet.
Fire, man.
And it was just so weird to, sorry.
No, just real quick. I just want to, because Eggman is loving you right now, because he is a Snake Pass fanboy, and he said it's the true spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie. He is all about Snake Pass, so he's loving you.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't pay.
He is like,
Don't pay him anymore.
He's out of his mind.
He's out of his mind, but he love that game. Continue. You were saying Disgaea, you would transition out. I interrupted you. Continue, sir.
No, it's fine. I got to lean into. I was like, I never kind of had a opinion on anime, and then I was just like, I'm leaning into it, and I'm just like, since then, I've just been like, any JRPG I could get my hands on or turn-based games. I was like, I love turn-based games. They're fantastic, and the tactical turn-based RPGs like Into the Breach. Oh my god, love that game. But true spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie, how can they say it's not ukulele?
And who did that for you? Phil Dominus Maximus Spencer, sir. I woke up and I got my ukulele on, because I saw it when it was in Kickstarter, and I really looked at it and I said, man, I really want to play that game, but I'm not gonna give them that money. I really like that company, but I'm not gonna pay that money. And then it came out and I didn't pay that money. But guess what? I got Game Pass.
Shout out to Lord Zero in the chat, one of
yeah.
the original lords. He said, what about ukulele? We gonna act like that didn't exist, Anchor? And then he said,
It
thank you,
doesn't.
King. No ukulele love at it?
Oh,
Not really.
I gotta say that 3D camera sucks though.
Yeah,
it's the worst.
It is the worst. I was trying to play that on the train. I was like, am I getting a headache right now?
just repeat that statement. The 3D camera on a platformer sucks. So
Yeah, it's pretty brutal because you
I
can
don't have to go
download.
in it anymore.
Yeah.
Good
I
thing.
think that's probably like one of the worst ones. It's so egregious. Like, why didn't they use the Mario camera? I didn't understand it. It's very intuitive that you're able to move the camera around, and it always puts you in the best position. The Mario 64 camera, I thought. But this one, it was just so rudimentary. Like it's always behind something, and I'm just like, I got to twist my character around to fix it. But I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Even on 3DS, they had that 3D Mario 3D World, and that was like fantastic. I'm like, that's 3DS.
No, hold on. Shout out to Curtis Titty. She said, now hold on, Flannel Fox. If you hooked on RPGs, I hope you brought that Octopath Traveler.
I played about 16 hours of Octopath Traveler, and then I was like, I don't care what happens to any of these characters, except for the hooker. I was like, what's going on with that?
You wanted to know what was going on with that.
Yeah, because the story, like, you had some stories that were like, she's trying to avenge her father's death. And then other ones that are like, he's a priest who doesn't know what he's doing with his life. I'm like, we're really varying interest here, but like, I'm not gonna, I got to the grinding point and I was like, I'm moving on.
I feel you.
Look, as much as I hate to say this, Bravery Default's a way better game than
Brave Default's good.
Octopath Traveler.
Wow.
I mean, the art style was great, but I feel like most people, it's like, yeah, we got to Act 2, and that's where we stopped.
You know what it kind of reminded me of? The Wild Arms game, where one of them you spend like the first 3 or 4 hours speaking about them individually, and then you do the story with them all together.
Yeah.
So, Attic, you want to get that super chat, sir?
Yeah, sure. We got a $2 super chat from Death Singer. Speaking of anime RPGs, I'm hooked on FF14. I had to stay away from that because I felt myself getting too addicted. So I'd uninstall that.
No doubt, no doubt. But back with the Fox, man. So the JRPGs opened you up, man. You just kept on the turn base. You just
kept going. And then I was like so hungry at that time because I was like, I'm just, working towards 100 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. I was like, I'm gonna review any game that I can get my hands on. And I played so many indie games that now I'm just like, God, that was brutal.
So that's actually a perfect transition because that's what I was going to go into. Obviously, your channel, you know what I'm saying, the YouTube journey and stuff like that. And one thing I noticed is like your reviews are extremely meticulous, extremely well done, and very concise. And I did like your style with that. So I just want to get into that. So again, I've heard about the legendary commute. So is that like the origin of the channel? Because you're like, I got all this time to play games, so let me just review them. Like, how did you say, let me get into YouTube? I want to do this thing.
I mean, legit, my real thing was like, I would love to work at IGN if I could work it out. That's why I do my reviews. Like, I don't do your typical, like, now we're going to talk about audio. Now we're going to talk about the graphics. Because some games I'm like, the audio is not worth talking about. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about with this game. And that's what I like about IGN style reviews. You pick an opinion and you talk about the things that matter. And I've been watching reviews for, like, there are some times that I'll watch a review 10 times for a game that I'm never going to buy. I just think it's a really good review. And I'm like, I just love everything that goes into a well-edited, well-written review. Also, once you do it a couple times, you just get into the ritual of it. And I went to school for animation. I can video edit. I'm a designer now. And I can... anything on the computer, graphic-wise, I was like, I know I can do that.
Nice.
And I got a really good deal where I got a blue snowball and an Elgato for $60 on Craigslist.
Fire.
Yeah, it was awesome. So I was like, yeah, let's give it a go. And it was just so addictive.
Until you go to pick it up and he takes your kidney.
Well, you can still do reviews with one kidney, my friend.
I like this guy.
I like Fox. This is hilarious.
I do sit a little goofy, but got that Elgato.
Oh my God, I like this guy.
Let's go.
But yeah, and I've had moments in my life where I moved out of Brooklyn and I bought a home and I took like a little pause on the reviews and I actually, not to get too serious, but I am an alcoholic and I quit drinking last April. And it's been like a journey kind of discovering myself again. So I'm kind of pumping the brakes on the channel to get my stress in order. And that's kind of when I started my cigar
which I was good
YouTube channel. Because I was like, I need something I can do with my friends instead of like going, because all my friends drink. And I'm like, I need something. So I was like, I'm going to try smoking a cigar and see what that's all about. So honestly, I've been...
the Cigar Noob channel was born, which I saw.
Yeah, Cigar Noob. And I have a little Instagram. I'm pretty into my Instagram right now with Cigar Noob with 2 zeros. And there's just... It's funny too, because people that I follow that do pipe and cigar content also play games. It's just like a nerd thing because there's so much to learn about.
Right.
But started smoking cigars, and I started smoking about a month ago pipe. And it's amazing. Super into that. I just insulated my little smoke shed in my backyard, but I just zone out and listen to video game podcasts in my shed and smoke a pipe. And really, it's like my meditation.
That's your zen. That's your zen.
Yeah, it takes like an hour and a half to smoke a pipe. So by the time you're done, you're just like, I am centered, bro.
All right. And you got your video game podcast. What are your podcasts of choice, sir?
I love Game Scoop. I loved the first video game podcast that I ever listened to was The Vault IGN by Jared Petty. It's the Fallout podcast. And I loved it. I actually will still go back sometimes and listen to those episodes. Jared Petty's an interesting character. And then this one that I got to from there. Nintendo voice chat. Gotta keep up on my stuff like that. And then I got I've been deep diving on a pipe podcast. I'm a huge Greg Miller fan too, but I will go like a month or two on of Kind of Funny Games Daily and then a month or two off.
Okay.
Because you just feel like you need a break. And then I get back into it. I'm like, all right, Greg, tell me what's going on every day.
No doubt, no doubt. That's what's up, man. Cool journey with the channel and all that stuff. So just for the record, because I know, like I said, you said you're taking a break on a personal side from reviews. Will the reviews ever come back, or right now you're kind of just filling things out until life gets in order?
Oh, they'll come back. I'm working on a review right now.
Oh, man, that's what I'm talking about.
What I'm going to do is just like, I need to sort of put it at my own pace, and I'm only going to review games that I actually want to play, not based on what codes I get, which is like things like that. And like, for example, me moving slow right now, I have recorded so much footage of The Legend of Bumbo. So I'm definitely going to do a review on that game. And then I'm just waiting to, you know, get back into the summertime's always kind of slow on Switch, honestly.
No doubt.
But just waiting to get back into it. Maybe after the holiday season when it gets too cold to do anything else.
Salute. That's what's up, man.
Hopefully it doesn't get to negative 32.
Yeah, you won't be where Dirty D's at.
Yeah, Mance Raider over there.
Mance Raider. No doubt. So salute on the journey and the spin-off channel. You know what I'm saying? Definitely appreciate the content. Again, salute to Lord Flannel for introducing me to your content, because that was really, really cool. So also, I know you hit the shows. Would you be doing that again as well? Hitting up the shows?
Yo. All right, so I just looked up his Legend of Bumbo, because this is the third time he brought it up, right? And it's okay. So Stream gives it a 9 out of 10, 72% from PC Gamer. But I'm looking at the pictures of Legend of Bumbo.
There's a lot of pee and poop.
That's exactly what I was gonna say, sir. I was just
sounds like Death Stranding.
Is this not a Strand game?
I'm going to
there's no genitalia. Okay. Well, there is a lot of pee and poop. There's no genitalia.
Okay. I'm gonna start listening to your recommendations, because I need to get that Isaac, and this pee and poop game look like it definitely got to get checked out.
So in the game, the poop is block. It blocks you. So if you set poop up in front of you and the enemy attacks, poop blocks you, and pee gives you an extra move.
I am done.
So boom.
And on that note, we're gonna ask the
I believe you brought up the shows. I made the biggest mistake last year to not apply for a content creator pass, because I was it's got to be like 50K subs or something like that. And I think at the time I was like 3.5K subs, and I was like, I got there and I saw guys with content creator passes that had like a K subs, and I was like, I could have the yellow pass and I could go backstage.
The VIP, brother, it's different.
I super dropped the ball on that one. So this year for PAX East, as soon as it gets available, I'm gonna submit for that. And I got a pass for PAX Unplugged.
It's available.
Oh, is it?
Yes,
it's available now.
Coming in hot. I'll put the coming in hot in the chat, man. Yeah, it's available. So go check that out, brother.
Pause us. No, I'm just kidding.
We'll see you there.
I have like Boston is my favorite city. I just love
that place.
Crab legs and cities by the water. So
that's what it is.
And King, you'll be able to still eat crab legs, because you're still eating shellfish. So
we will definitely get there. I got a nice little pub that's over there that gives you a bib when he brings out the lobster and the crab legs, so you ain't gonna mess your stuff up. So
I gotta say, I go bib free because I'm a pro at the crab legs over here.
You see this beard? Nah, I got crabs I got crabs coming out the beard. I got
not going down.
I got a real good little method. Okay. You know, I always get the full lump.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I gotta watch you.
I don't ever have to use the little hook, John.
That man's a professional.
We gonna have a good time. We
had a lot of crabs in my past.
So we already gonna see that. We gonna. Oh, don't you say that, Fox? You cannot be saying that.
Hey, you went there. I was talking about the food.
Yeah. Moving along. We'll be seeing you at PAX East for sure, bugging out. But moving along. Now, I gotta ask you the question that we ask all the guests in the round. You know, now here's the deal. I already know what one of these is going to be. I'm going to ask your top 5 video games or franchises of all time.
Ooh, okay.
Anyone?
Well, yeah, you know one.
No, already know. Let's go.
The Binding of Isaac, number one.
Binding of Isaac.
Franchises, Assassin's Creed. I skipped college the day when the first one came out and loved playing it. I love how it's evolved. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is fantastic. Obviously, Zelda. I got to go Zelda. It's super impactful.
Right, I got to slow you on Zelda. We have to ask a very controversial question in reference to Zelda here. It's very contentious here in the realm. Now, if you have to rank Zelda,
which Zelda is the best?
Which Zelda is the best Zelda of all time to you?
Undisputedly. Breath of the Wild.
Muppet! Fox! Let's go! That's what I'm talking about.
I got to hear everybody's sides on this one because I just love these controversies.
Well, since you agree with me, I go first. So here's the coming in hot. That's right, Antonio. That's right, Antonio Alicia put the coming in hot right now. Zelda Breath of the Wild is coming in hot. So here's the deal. Again, for me personally, you know what I'm saying?
What's the worst? Wait,
it's my moment right now. You gotta wait. It's my moment. It's me and Fox bonding session right now. So you gotta chill. So here's the thing. Like for me, the 3D transition, right? Them actually evolving, right? And then you couple that with to launch a console with that level of quality of game. You know what I'm saying? Fox, do you remember? Shut up, King. Do you remember? Fox, do you remember that trailer for Breath of the Wild at E3? Did you remember what it did to you? How you felt? Talk to me.
I gotta say, the strongest thing for me for that game was not the E3 trailer. It was the review by Jose Otero from IGN.
Salute, Jose. That's a Bronx brother right there. Salute.
Oh, yeah? Is he from BX?
Yeah, he's from the BX. That's my brother.
I'm a big pun fan too, man.
Yeah, man. Big pun in the building. Let's go.
Yeah. Dead in the middle, little did he know that the middleman who didn't do diddly.
Bars! Oh, those bars. Okay, Fox. I see you. I see what's going on. Continue.
No, but yeah, I remember just like that. It was a morning at work, which I should have been working, but I was like watching that review because it came out. And I like later that day, my Switch was getting delivered. So I was just watching the review for like Breath of the Wild. And you know, that tingly sensation that you get in your brain when you watch something that's just so amazing that you're like, oh my God.
Yes. I gotta ask King a question. Why are you putting fraud alerts in the chat?
Putting fraud in there for Cognito.
Man,
because you know why? You know why he's a fraud. He didn't play no other Zelda but that Breath of the Wild.
No, that's not true.
Okay, did you beat Breath of the Wild, King?
What you talking about? Stop that. I got my master sword. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
You know, getting the Master Sword isn't beating the game.
I beat it and got the Master Sword. I'm just saying I did that extra.
I gotta say,
neither here nor there if he beat it or not. Is the fact that he did put in the time to play it because he was definitely, playing it all the time. That's his best Zelda. It doesn't matter if he beat it or not. It's just the fact of the matter he's a fraud. So,
wait, why is he a fraud?
Because this is the only Zelda that he's ever played.
No,
this
that's
is
true.
it.
I played a lot of Zeldas. They just mad I don't like day Zeldas. I did not cop their Zeldas. That's all this is.
I can't recall the Zelda that he's played. I really can't recall it. I'm just gonna
anyway, so I've done I had my rant. I've had my fun. Now let me go to their Zeldas, those other minuscule Zeldas. They want to hear about their Zeldas.
Those other peons. Let's hear their Zeldas.
Let's talk to them, King and Addict, about those other things Zeldas you like.
Addict, you want to go first?
Addict, you want to go?
What is the Zelda?
No, just say your Zelda and shut up. Don't go into what is the worst Zelda.
We gotta hear Zelda. Hold on, no, we gotta hear the Fox's. Fox, what is the Zelda that you don't like the least?
That you don't like?
That I don't like.
What's the worst
that you like the least?
I think that's the same question as what's your favorite that you don't like the least.
Yeah,
okay. That is the same question.
Look. I
my least favorite Zelda.
What's your least favorite Zelda?
Man, this is hard. Honestly, while I didn't play this, but I bet it would be Skyward Sword.
He didn't play it.
Put the bushes for King.
I didn't play it.
Listen, he doesn't have an opinion on it because he didn't play it.
Yeah, I just heard so much about it.
King is in the bushes.
Listen, the one that you've played, which is your least favorite? The one that you've played?
Probably, honestly, Link's Awakening. And that's not a bad thing. We're talking about like, out of all the supermodels, which one is the ugliest? I'm like, they're all hot. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're all dimes. But like,
yes, chat. Don't kick in the bushes.
So I just want to point out. I just want to point out.
Yes.
I just want to point out that the Flannel Fox, he's comparing all these supermodels, but he didn't even talk to the
this
Skyward
is what I'm
Sword
saying is
supermodel.
bad.
He didn't even go there and have the conversation
seen
with
it.
him.
These bushes are glorious for Cage. Thank you. Thank you.
This fraud alert right here because he wants a man to give an opinion on something he's never played.
That's what you doing? That's how we rolling with it?
The Zeldas that he did play, he said the worst one was the one Addict likes.
Tell him, Saul. Tell him, Saul.
But the funny thing is the fact that he would even like gander a thought that I didn't play this, but I'm assuming is the worst.
No, I've heard.
He didn't even
for
purchase
years
yourself.
from so much rumor on podcasts that Skyward Sword is.
Yeah.
So it's a rumor.
Yeah.
Listen,
But that's my thing, that's the only one that I've heard was bad, and all the other ones that I've played, I've
Say that
liked.
again. Say that. Repeat that.
the curve was bad, but I can guarantee you this: if he plays that game before we get to PAX, he's gonna give me a handshake and say, "You know what? My little homie loves that game."
If he plays that game before you go to PAX, he's gonna be like, "Man, King made me waste so much time."
Whatever game that you like is whack.
Wait, is that your Skyward Sword? Is
no.
your John?
Skyward Sword is my best Zelda game for the simple fact that it's the only Zelda game that allowed you to actually wield the sword.
Mhm.
It was the only one that you
That was
could actually-
Wii, right?
Yeah, it was fun. It was
Yeah,
fun.
see, that's the only reason I never played it, because I didn't have a Wii.
Good.
Oh, okay.
Let me stop.
And for those people that actually had a Wii, that actually got a chance to play the game, no one says after they played it. Once Dan Bushko,
I know plenty of people that say it's still trash after they play.
I mean, everyone at IGN said.
Well, you know what? What we can't do is we can't go
Look. If you would have two rooms of people that like the game and not like the game, it would be everyone in one room, and then you and that dude that was in the guest. You and that other guest would be in that room.
It will be me
Bushko,
and Dan
CEO
Bushko.
came in. Yeah, man, he came in. He said Skyward. He said Skyward. That was a moment. So let's go. All right. So Alec, did you get your Zelda off?
Yeah, mine's Ocarina of Time.
Okay. And Fox, how do you feel about Ocarina?
Love it. It's nostalgic as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That Twilight Princess and like Majora's Mask are on the same level, but I do like Ocarina more.
I need to play Majora's Mask. I haven't, and I know it's on 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
Link to the Past.
Yeah.
No doubt. So
yeah.
All right. So we got.
Y'all just glossed over Sovereign. Because
it's Link to the Past.
Oh, my bad, Saul.
That's the real answer. Is Link to the Past.
I mean, A Link Between Worlds is fire too. Like,
Yeah.
that game's amazing.
say it with your chest. Link to the past.
The real answer.
No doubt. All right. So we
Look,
got.
all I have to say is the Zelda conversation's only going to go for you like one every 100 times. King.
Listen, I don't care what you like. I like what I like. I don't care what
No, Sleepy Goblin says, Fox, how you feel about Wind Waker?
I love that game.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
Never played Wind Waker,
Oh, okay.
but I would love to play it.
Zeldas are the only games that I don't care how many times Nintendo remakes. I'm like, all right, let's get it.
I want it to come out on Switch. You know, can we get a Wind Waker HD remake?
Yeah.
Hell, I'll play Skyward
It
Sword.
came on the Wii U.
Yo, you know
It
what?
came out on the Wii U.
And if they did do
What's a Wii U?
Yeah, that's what I said too, because I ain't bad.
If they do do a Skyward Sword on the Switch, it can actually work because you have the little nunchuck thingies. So
Yeah.
that definitely worked pretty good.
No doubt. So we got Binding of Isaac, Assassin's Creed, Zelda franchise, right?
Fallout.
Ooh.
Okay.
Love Fallout. Fallout 4 was like the game that was like.
Anchorman loves you.
Anchorman loves you now. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
I liked you till you said
I
that,
liked
man.
it till you
just-
said 4. Ugh.
No, I liked him till you
I
said
was with
Fallout
you till you
4.
said 4.
I'm
Oh, I
with him on
love
the
Fallout
crab
4.
Did you play 3? Did you play New Vegas?
Yeah, I played 3 and I played a bit of New Vegas. But I didn't play
Oh,
enough
that's why,
of
because
them.
you played a bit.
No,
But I
let
mean,
him- let him
Fallout
finish.
4
Let
is
him
good.
finish.
You know why?
Fallout 4 is
Because,
good.
and again, it's because at the time when I tried to play 3 and New Vegas, I was really into Call of Duties, and I jumped in there and I was like, man, these FPS mechanics feel so subpar, and I wasn't ready to appreciate them for what they were at that time.
Okay.
Again, this is a great opportunity for them to bring back on Switch.
Yes,
'Cause
yes.
I've
That's what I'm
always
waiting
said-
to play the Outer Worlds on
I've always
when it comes
said-
out in 2020.
Yes, sir.
I've always said Fallout 4 is a good first-person RPG, like light RPG, but it's not a good Fallout game.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, it's the man's opinion. You gotta respect it, you know. Even though
I mean, but it's amazing. It's an amazing Skyrim game, man. or Elder Scrolls, and I guess that would have to be. No, that can't be my last one. You can't do
What's the
two of
last
the same game.
You said they're the same game.
One more.
Oh, dude, Slay the Spire is like one of my favorite games. I don't know if it's all time, but let's just go with that. That's probably my game of the year for this year.
Right, so you come back. I'm gonna hold you to it. You could always revise.
That's a very unique list.
It's a very unique list, man.
Very unique list. Assassin's Creed was the first time we've heard Assassin's Creed. That's a very
Kiss move. Stop being disrespectful. He said waiting to play Outer Worlds on the Switch. Why?
Because I won't be able to enjoy it if I don't.
Tell him about that commute, Fox.
Yeah, man, 2.5 hours each way, South Jersey to New York City, man. I got a lot of time on that train.
Kid, he Jersey, man. He going from mad far to the city. Let him ride. He can't bring his Xbox on the train.
Bro, he has to work remotely. This is out of hand.
Nah, I can't work remotely. I manage people.
But I will say this, Fox, xCloud coming. So you might need to look into that xCloud for the for that ride. But we'll talk about that.
Hey, I'm down if it works.
No doubt. You already know.
Spotty service on New Jersey Transit, though.
Yeah, that's true. And you're moving. Yeah, that's true.
Hell, New Jersey in general New Jersey Transit in general is pretty spotty.
Yeah, it's pretty spotty. No doubt. So
it's a joke.
We gonna move on. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into the show. Last week's polls results are in, and the people have spoken to the question with Phil Spencer's recent comments regarding VR. Would Project Scarlet be more of an appealing purchase to you if VR was more of an investment by Xbox? The winner of the three-way ILP poll with a commanding 71% of the vote is nobody is asking for VR. Focus on AAA bangers, please. Group. Coming in at second. Yeah, that was you, clearly. Coming in at second place with only 17% of the vote was the yes. Provide your base options. Don't backtrack on VR. And in last place at only 8% was I don't care. The real player in these VR streets is Nintendo Labo VR. Shout out to all of those who voted in the poll. Lord King, is this your victory lap, sir? Would you like to comment on this?
I just want to say I have been vindicated. I just want to say nobody is screaming VR now. I want everybody to understand. Like, during this whole week, I got a chance to see everybody's collection. That was a beautiful thing for people to show their fandom.
I low-key think I've seen more on Labo than I have VR, like on the real. Like,
but what I do understand is where you game and why you game there, right? And them AAA bangers is exactly what we are needing and wanting. There's a fan base that is craving that, and I'm pretty sure that Phil Dominus Maximus Spencer heard the cries of VR now, but he also heard the cries of AAA bangers louder. So he's gonna feed the hungriest babies first, and then he's gonna get down to feeding those little VR babies later.
Okay.
So.
All right, so we're going to move on into these topics. Got a lot of juicy ones to discuss. So I'm up first, but men lie, women lie, but the numbers do not lie. Switch is in the building, y'all. Shout out to Stitch. He's like, we're still talking about Switch. Yes, we are. Yes, we are, damn it. So shout out to Matt Piscatella, friend of the realm of the NPD group who we've had in the realm before. And he basically put out a tweet. He said, look, based on the Switch's Black Friday performance, he said they pushed 830K Switch units sold that last week. So this could push the Switch to breaking the all-time November sales record for hardware. So, which is insane. So we're going to talk about that. And then shout out to Gamer Sutra. They said now the previous record holder is the Wii. He said according to the NPD group's data, a little bit over 2 million Nintendo Wii consoles were sold during the 4-week tracking period ending in November of 2008. So no platform in history has ever sold as many systems in November as the Wii did that year. So right now, just based off of the 830K that was sold for the Switch for 1 week, y'all, in November, that was the Black Friday week, this record could be threatened. So I want to bring this to the realm. We got the Fox in the building with this news. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think this could literally, first of all, do we think that Nintendo Switch can break this record? That's the first question I'm going to give to you. And then if it does break this record, Fox, is the Switch the GOAT Nintendo platform of all time? Let's get it.
I hope that it does break the record, because I think proving that handheld, I think it's good for handheld gamers. I think, again, I would also, and this is a little bit of a digression, but it's in this world. I would love to see another PS Vita. So if they see success from this, I mean, like the Switch is a huge success, but I can't imagine that people at Sony are sitting there like, we want nothing to do with handheld gaming. You know what I mean? Like it's making so much money.
They got slaughtered. They don't want to. They don't want to go over
out a
there.
statement. They're not gonna even.
Jim Ryan said it. It won't be. It definitely won't be its own platform. But did you see the patent for those controllers? Did you see?
I think you know what I would like for them to do.
I think what it is handheld successful for Nintendo, but handhelds are not successful for Sony.
But I think Sony can actually do one, right? If y'all listen to me, Sony, listen to me. What I want y'all to do is I want y'all to scrap your PlayStation 5 ideas, right? Scrap it, right? And I want y'all to put out something that looks just like the Switch, less powerful, 720 screen, whack controllers, and I want y'all to fall in the bucket. And
this is your response for the base wedding VR for Xbox.
That's right. I want y'all to fall for the banana pipe in the banana in the tailpipe. I want you to fall off the edge with that. Go do that. Please.
Continue, Fox. So basically, you feel that you wanted to do. Go ahead.
And then as far as greatest of all time as it goes now, I think only time will tell. You know, because as of before that. I wouldn't even call the Wii the greatest Nintendo system of all time. I'd probably say it's the SNES because it's continued to hold up over so many years. But for me, absolutely.
Okay. Ooh,
you know what I mean? It's so good. Just like, and I would be curious with those numbers to see how many of them were like OG Switches compared to the Switch Lite. Because I'd be curious to see like, is Pokemon pushing the Switch Lite sales so people are doing that and only playing handheld? Because you know, taking a break from reviews, I really got to experience the Switch again with The Witcher 3, waking up in the morning before work, playing it on my television, and then getting to a good spot to where I can just jam on some Gwent on the train. And I was like, man, this is just having that simple thing. It's just so fantastic. So,
yo, Fox, you are the epitome of the Nintendo Switch trailer commercial when it launched. The guy that had it in his house, and then he's like taking it, and then he's like going on the commute. The only thing is, you better not be on the roof of the club. With party. You better not be that guy. You not be the guy at the basketball court also.
I did break off the Joy-Cons at PAX East because I was like, all right, I'm talking to as many people as I can. I got like 500 business cards, so I'm handing them out to everybody. But I did break off the Joy-Cons and play Mario Kart with some random guy at Switch. It was just like the commercial, and it sucked. I was like, you need to play this in your hand. Like, I don't know. I hate playing with it.
You could do the
well, it was one Joy-Con turned sideways.
Yeah, it's a little rough. It's a little rough. No doubt. All right. So that's where the Fox is. Let's bring it to the Switch-loving addict. Let's bring it in. Do you think, that the Switch could break this record of the Wii? And if it does, addict, is the Switch the GOAT Nintendo platform? Greatest of all time?
I think it's going to break the Wii, and I think it's probably going to beat the PlayStation 2. So I think it's going to outsell the PS4 in its life cycle.
Wow.
Where are we at?
I think when the PS5 comes out, its sales are going to drop dramatically, and Switch is still going to be there. So
interesting. All right, interesting. Very bold statement.
I mean, like 2 months last year, it's sold like double what the other platforms sold. Like,
Sav, can you get that super chat, sir?
Hold on 1 second. Okay, super chat from Dizzy, $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Got the Pokemon Switch Lite with sword. Tired of fighting my son for the Switch. Amen to that.
No doubt, you are on to something, sir. All right, so I got you in that. Addict Lord Sav, Switch brethren.
Yes, sir.
Do we do our victory lap? Like, what do we do right now? Like, what do we do?
Listen,
we called it, brother. We called it.
We did. I mean, it's funny because when you talk about why those numbers are so high, I think it's the two SKUs. I think the Lite really, it's almost there at that sort of like, impulse buy price point. Just a little
We're
bit.
gonna have to start looking at Nintendo's commercials if they're doing some type of mind trancing to people. If they're doing some Disney. If they're doing some type of hypnosis on these people, because this is out of control.
Those things. I mean, again, once they gave you a $200 price point on that, and I still think 200 was a little high.
Yeah.
But if you get that impulse buy 150, which will be there at some point, probably next year sometime.
Next year, totally. Yeah.
It's just they're just gonna keep selling like hotcakes,
and that's when my son will get one.
Exactly. And that's what they're banking at. They're banking on they're putting them at the checkout counter as you're walking out. Like grab it, like grab some gum, grab a Switch. Like, you know what I mean? Like
these guys are out here with the fraudery, bro.
You know it's true. You know it's true.
No, you know what I do know? I know this though. I know when I went to go pick up my son's Xbox One, and I'm at Best Buy. You know, I pay for it overnight, so I'm coming in. They have all the online orders at Best Buy, right? You're on the line. And I look and I counted. I said, I was going to take a picture. I said, but that's a little bit too much. But I counted. There were 7 PlayStations, 4s there. I don't know, various degrees of probably a Pro or whatever. And there was 7 Xboxes there. There was 1 VR headset there and like a couple of Elite controllers, right? And then there was like 30 to 40 Nintendo Switches. And I said, my God, these guys are killing Black Friday. Now, here's the only caveat in that whole conversation is they were not on sale.
I was just about to say that. You literally stole my next point. That's the crazy
Everybody
part.
else had a Black Friday sale. These guys are selling at full price, and people are walking out the store like they got a deal.
The best you're getting is the $25 gift card, right? And then a lot of those are still that old SKU with the whack battery.
Yeah, didn't they bundle some of them with Mario Kart?
Yeah, and
here's the thing: the old one with Mario Kart, not the new one.
That exactly solved. Like the thing about it, Solid Fox, is that they're low key getting rid of the older SKU that doesn't have the extended battery life. Like that's the funny part. It's literally almost like a removal, emptying of stock.
That's amazing.
Old stock, and it's the same deal you had last year. That's it.
Yeah,
that's Nintendo style. They will definitely listen. You can go buy a Wii U right now, brand new box, $500. Like, no deals. It's either cop or go. That's it. Either buy or leave.
People love those first parties, man.
Yeah,
they'll still pay full price for these games. It's crazy.
No doubt. So Solve, man. So here's the deal. If it breaks the record, 830K for 1 week, you know what I'm saying? We got the whole month to round up the numbers to see if they can beat the 2 milli. Rock. Shout out to Boss Move. See if they Millie rock. So if they do it, is it the GOAT?
I mean, I think sales wise, yeah, but GOAT.
What's your GOAT Nintendo platform?
It's the SNES, man. Ooh. It's just the SNES. I mean, maybe it's nostalgia, but it is. I feel like it's the SNES.
Mine's the N64.
Interesting.
I don't know why, man. That's where Super Smash Brothers originated for me. Pokemon,
full player tap joint. Okay. Now here's the thing. It's funny. None of you guys mentioned the actual record holder, which is the Wii. Like where are we at with the Wii? Like it was
the Wii was hot garbage.
See, that's why you don't respect his opinion on Skyward Sword.
That's one of the reasons it's hot garbage. Because that hot garbage was on it.
And the world begs to differ.
Garbage goes hand in hand, man. Garbage goes hand in hand.
The world does beg to differ, though, Addict.
I hear that, though, Addict. I hear that. We're going to have to give you the name, though, brother. I hear that.
No. Sorry, I got some king, man. Where you at? Is it the GOAT? If it does this.
It might be. It might be. This might be the one that knocks everybody out because we're still in the middle of the life cycle. To be honest with you, I really think it's just started hitting its stride. To be honest with you, so
that's why I said that there's a good chance that it outsells the PlayStation because this is sales without a sell. Like imagine when the PS5 and the next Xbox drops. They're going to try to compete to that to a point. So
my question is, right, when does Nintendo see, because they don't even feel they have to compete.
Yeah.
You know, to come to Black Friday, which is probably, they turned it into one of the biggest shopping days of the year, right? To come to Black Friday and you steadfastly say, I'm not lowering my price for no one. Either you buy or you leave. And they're still selling in record numbers means that they're justified in their stance and they don't have to budge for no one. So you can drop those new systems all you want. They're still not going to be cheaper than a Switch at the current price.
Right.
So I just looked up an interesting little stat because when I was hearing you talk about like King, I believe you said it, like it's still in the middle of its life cycle or just hitting its stride. I was like, you know what? When did the original 3DS drop? Because that until they're still dropping 2011, it came out, and that's 8 years. The 3DS selling like fire, and it's nowhere close to as good as the Switch. So I have to like, even Addict, I believe, said like gonna beat out the PS2, like. Maybe if they can take like an 8-year life cycle, because like the 2DS is still hot now.
It's still moving. It's definitely. I guess the question, I guess I throw it back to you, Fox, is do you think now? Obviously, we've had this. Like I've heard the counter argument where people say, look, people already have an Xbox and PlayStation, and they feel that the Switch is the default secondary console. Now, my question to you, Fox, is now 2020. We know the next generation consoles are coming in. This Project Scarlet, the PS5. Do you think at launch of those consoles, that's when the momentum finally slows down? Or
Absolutely not, because that's when Breath of the Wild 2 is going to come out, man. Next holiday, and everybody's going to be like, whoa, there's another Zelda? Even guys that don't give a stuffing about video games. No. And honestly, I have a gaming PC, I have a PS4, I have an Xbox One. I don't give a damn about teraflops. I already have a PC. Who's going to get a PS5? Like, I can't play that on the train.
Okay, so the portability factor. Okay.
But the portability, it's everything. If you're going to get a game that is not the highest end graphics or first party, and you're not playing it on the Switch, you're making a mistake.
Ooh, well, shout out to EA. They're not listening to you. But what I was gonna say is, though, like,
have to bend the knee to them, though. They're gonna have to.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, they do. They may have to. But here's the thing. What about? I understand your point on graphical fidelity, but what about? Obviously, there's going to be a disparity, right? Graphically, when these joints come out. Do you think, at the very minimum, though, at least Nintendo should at least start planning that supposed pro version of the Switch where they have a look, so the leap is not as substantial? You know what I'm saying? When the next gen consoles come out?
I mean, I would love if they did. I'd buy the Pro day one, but then you got to look at. You don't think it's necessary?
I don't think so. I think, honestly.
I mean, look at the difference now. I mean, they have Witcher already get 540 people still eating that up. I mean, it ain't gonna matter.
But they managed to get it on there. I don't think that's true.
It looks terrible.
Moving forward, I don't think that's managing to get it on there isn't even an option later on. I don't think.
I don't even think they attempt the new games. I think they go the whole Wii route and start doing a whole bunch of independent different games that show their strength and their strength alone that you can only get on this platform. See, now they're giving you these other AAA games that everybody played in some space, right? And they finally found out how to make it work on their platform. Right. Now that you got the Switcher on, on their platform, some people only way of consumption was through the Switch. So they never get a chance to see the higher fidelity, and they don't care.
And if you look at it from sales standpoint, Pokemon looks like it's about to outsell all its competition. So I mean, every game they've sold has been selling extremely well.
I feel that. No, this is good stuff, man. I mean, I'm just very interested to see. Like I said, they're on the precipice of possible history. I was shocked, to be honest. They had that kind of a Black Friday with no sales, with no that.
You're lying.
He's absolutely lying. Him and Sovereign sits in the house with their little crystal balls, and they sit there and they say, "Now we have them." Constantly. And every month we have to listen to you. Listen, I'm bending the knee. I don't care what you're saying.
I knew it was going to sell well, but honestly, when I saw that PlayStation package with the 3 games, I said, "Wow, okay, I don't know about this."
It's because of Pokemon.
Yo,
there you
That's
go.
it.
Addict
Pokemon and the
told you.
Switch Lite.
Yeah.
Addict told you.
Mhm.
I don't know, way back when they announced the Pokemon, that month,
Mhm.
that whenever that Pokemon comes out, Nintendo is going to murder the competition. He said it. And then y'all was like, yeah, that's the one I'm gonna get. Then nobody got. But
Hold on. I got it.
oh, you got it. Okay, so it was Cognito the fraud. But the fact that Addict already predicted, he told you what was going to happen. And then I'm seeing like the sales because people's talking about this thing is
I'm willing to bet if you go back and look in history, there's been very few times Pokemon hasn't won the NPD and the corrective platform it was on.
Right. Hold on 1 second, Brad, to the chat. He talking mess to me right now. So basically, shout out to Stitch.
He's not in color.
You don't see it in color. I gotta respect Brad. Brad was put up color a lot, man. We gotta give him this one. So he's like, he was like, the Switch is gonna be great in the xCloud. This is actually a response to Stitch's point that he feels that when xCloud comes on the scene fully launched, that is going to be a threat because of the portability. I even had a commercial with Trevor Noah just recently. He's raving about xCloud right now. The portability.
xCloud don't have Pokemon.
Well, and here's the other thing too. We got to also factor. And as much as I'm a huge xCloud fan, you guys know
that too right now.
You know, the thing is, the Switch still will have the advantage. If I jump on a plane or if I'm Fox, right, and I'm on the train, if I don't have a strong signal, I'm on the move, then xCloud is useless to me, right? So the advantage the Switch still has is in those places where you don't have
a dedicated machine.
And not to mention xCloud, you know, there's a lot of places, but for the most part, you know, you can buy, you got a kid, you could buy a Switch, you don't have to worry about any kind of plans to make sure they can play that. You just buy that, give it to them, be like, leave me alone.
Yeah,
like the xCloud, you have to have
you
some
have
kind of
kids?
service with it.
That's not the
No, I
plan.
don't have kids.
Leave me alone. I'll see you when you're 18.
Enjoy
your Switch.
But
That is totally Addict. Like,
That's totally Addict. That was a perfect Addict impression.
Did you see his face? He was like, "Do you have kids?"
Can
I finish my statement?
No, let's Fox slander you. Continue.
chain him to the radiator.
Keep going, Fox. Keep going.
No. Sorry, I cut him off.
I know we messed up. Good at it.
It's fine.
Oh, he's mad.
Anyway. Start messing with my guy.
Also you got to think about the rest of the country. Like, we're blessed to be around like a metropolitan area around New York City, but like people in Kansas, they don't have good internet. You know, like there's terrible internet all over the country, but you can still play your Pokemon.
I'm gonna say this, right? The xCloud is not a replacement. The xCloud is an option.
Yes, correct.
The Switch is a dedicated machine.
Facts.
All right, so it is dedicated to do its function, and it will always do that function better than any streaming device or any streaming anything that you get. Oh, Brap, say hi. You're in chat.
How
How you doing, Brap?
Hey.
Shout out to Brap with the $2 super chat. Like iced tea. colors.
You do the old iced tea journey. Shout out to Lord Flannel, man. Shout out. Here's two $2 super chats. Here is cash for Addict's tears. And Flannel, man, salute, man. You are the brother who's responsible.
I think you hit the button by mistake twice.
No, we like that. Keep doing that.
I want everybody to mistake hit twice.
Salute to Lord Flannel, the man responsible for linking up the Lords with the Flannel Fox. That is the stream team lead. You know what I'm saying? That's our guy, PAX East. You know, we'll see you again. But y'all just jump in real quick. We'll finish up. We move on. Look, at the end of the day, you know, I know King doesn't believe me. King thinks I'm lying. I am definitely shocked. Like, this is something I did not think. Let's stop sucking your teeth, King. This is not something that I think would happen. At the end of the day, for me, y'all know the history. I want to shout out Nintendo Guru because I was on his show recently. And as a Sega kid growing up, Nintendo was the enemy. You know what I'm saying? For me. And I was like old school fanboy. So like, my always thing with them is, yes, they had the first party, they had the bangers and stuff like that, but it was always a little too over the top kiddie for me. Then it was like, you didn't get the third party stuff. So that's what always kept me from fully investing in the Nintendo ecosystem. I had them eventually, but I just would never become, you know, over the top because of those two factors. So at the end, like with the Wii, that didn't even count to me. To me, no disrespect, but it felt gimmicky. That's like you bring your mom over, you bring your, you know, the family over, you know, you dust it off and you bring it out one time with a big group.
Wii boxing.
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect. I mean, but it sold what it sold, but I almost didn't count the Wii because it felt like something else. It felt like
Wait a second. How you gonna sit there and say that you don't count their greatest system?
no. I'm just saying for me, I understand. I recognize the greatness. I recognize the sales. It's just not a system that I was buying. Like it was not for me. So I was like, okay, cool. Wii U in the bushes. I'm completely done with Nintendo at that point. So if you know, anytime y'all talked about Nintendo stuff, I was like, please don't talk to me about it. They do not exist until
they don't exist to me
until they get mature titles and until they get third party on board. So when I seen the Switch, literally like how Fox was describing, I saw that commercial and I'm like, yo, that's me. You know what I'm saying? I'm at home, you're docked, you take it up. I'm literally the guy that goes on the plane with it. Like that's me all the way. So that was the
and they
first
showed
thing.
you Skyrim.
Woo! Then I saw, we're gonna get to that. Then I saw the Zelda. And I'm like, wow, that's a AAA banger with that level of quality on the go, moving and shaking. That's kind of impressive, right? So I'll never forget. I got to shout out to Attic on this, man. So I'm still in the middle, but I'm excited. And Attic's like, yo, Zelda trailer. Did you see it? And I'm like, it's Zelda. He's like, no, you got to see it. You got to see it. I'm like, all right. And I can't front, yo. That Zelda trailer, and he was climbing the wall, and the music and the joint, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a system seller. You know what I'm saying? Like
you know what sold me on them?
What sold it?
Meebos.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yo.
Yes.
They got out of me probably $2,000 because I brought my Switch, and with every amiibo I put my eyes upon, I got it. And only reason is in Zelda they gave you stuff. Now I'm sorry, but that level of interactivity is definitely high on my list.
Yeah,
so,
man. No, definitely. Like, you had the amiibo, you had the features, the camera button, all this stuff. The form factor. And again, speaking to Fox, I'm a Vita fan, but we got to admit, the thing that killed the Vita is they didn't have that second analog. So now I got the second analog. I got the double shifts, right? Because now you got full functionality like a console. Let's be real. That's the first time that a handheld really kind of gave it up. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then the last factor for me was third-party support. Finally. You know what I'm saying? You're getting your Switches regardless of the resolution. You know what I'm saying? There's a ton of Nintendo fans that are getting AAA bangers finally on the Nintendo. They're not excluded anymore. And then from the indie standpoint, it's an indie haven, man. Like it is. You're getting all the fly indies. You're a lot of times getting them first and stuff like that. So, yo, they had a tremendous year, man. That to me is what won them over. You know, I'm very curious to see what's going to happen. And then the last thing I'll say is just that I think what they've really done is they've stepped their marketing up, because we've all talked about the Nintendo Directs and how Nintendo really knows how to get their fan base pumped. You know what I'm saying? Like you watch a Direct and one more thing, and you know it's something that the base really is excited about. So yeah, salute to them dudes, man. I think Switch is coming in hot. You know,
I'm gonna call you a fraud.
Oh, here we go.
And then the reason why I'm gonna call you a fraud is because you guys have predicted this since I don't know, since this thing started with NPDs. We have not won an NPD since ever. So they have definitely squashed the like PlayStation to rise their arm up and Nintendo stomp on their shoulders. It has been a round robin of Nintendo Switches winning NPD since these two frauds on the podcast have repped these dudes, and it's sickening.
It's sickening.
You have to bend the knee every month. You know, remember, y'all forget, we used to talk about NPD so much.
Yes.
New NPDs coming. We got so sick, and me and the Addict got so sick and tired of hearing these two frauds. NPD
I used to mute my mic for those topics.
Yo, you gotta understand, Fox. This is our victory lap. We got
No,
laughed out the room.
No. Listen, Barry Bonds, you've been doing your little victory laps every month for as long as I can remember now. I am tired of it. I am sick of it. You guys are winning. That's enough. Stop gloating.
Yeah, you have to see King in the messenger chat anytime when we're putting in our topics and it's that time of month.
I just look and roll my eyes. Like,
so for me, it's my GOAT, man. It's the Nintendo Switch. It's the Nintendo system for me. This is the first one I connected with.
It's the one. It's the one that gets everything right. It did from the one that did a lot wrong. It does everything right, and it focused on what they're strongest at, which is portable.
Boss move, you are not in color, but he said, "Let him Millie rock, King."
Let us Millie rock, baby. This is our moment. Like, this is great.
And they sitting there, they turning it up.
Really
They doing it with one arm.
And you know what the funny thing is, King? Every month this man says it's our moment. Like,
I'm so sick and tired of their moment. I'm so damn over their moment.
All right, I'm done.
can this moment be over, please?
Yes,
Please, let's go to another topic.
Moving on. Switch coming in hot. We will move on. Lord Addict. You've got something to talk about Horizon, man. What's going on? Why is people upset? What's happening?
Why are people upset?
The greatest happened over the weekend, man.
The greatest thing happened.
The greatest thing happened. So it's rumored, that's the same person that leaked the fact that we could potentially that Death Stranding could potentially go to PC. So it turns out that he did. Okay, first off, I want to point out that I've seen this plenty of times. People say he didn't leak nothing. He just reminded people that it was going to PC. If I remember correctly, he even announced the date was being announced. Did he not?
He is the Russian YouTuber.
Yes.
Whatever, Lagdavov, who did the Death Stranding thing, right?
Yes. So apparently he's predicting that HorizonZeroDawn is coming to PC. And first off, I want to say Horizon's made off the same engine Death Stranding is. So it would make sense if they were going to port one of their games to PC. It would be that game because it'd be easier since the Decima engine is already on PC at this point, being developed. So what I want to bring to the Lords, particularly King.
Oh my Lord, here we go.
Is A, did you expect this? And B, is what kind of impact is going to have on Twitter? And C, what's going to be happening next gen?
That's the only. This is what the impact on Twitter. That's what Addict wants to hear.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say this right. I told you guys before. Y'all guys are not looking familiar anymore. And like, what happened to all the rhetoric where our AAA bangers stay in the bushes over here, like we don't let it out. Now you have to diversify your portfolio, right? You have a boss that's in line with my boss. Right? My boss is telling your boss, listen, if you don't understand, remember the picture? Let's go back to the picture of those three dudes on stage, right? And we're gonna go back to Reggie standing on his square, my man Reggie Fils-Aimé, who said he will rather die than to follow what this dude next to me is talking about.
So
and Reggie that's right. Reggie got out of there. He said, y'all can put somebody else in there, and Bowser is down for the program. So we got Bowser in pocket, right?
But Bowser's compliant with
He's complicit with everything that is going on. Bowser's complicit. All right. So, and then you had dudes over at Sony talk about, we not.
Man, all I know is Phil Spencer could have personally picked Bowser to go on there and be like, "You're gonna agree with everything I say. Get this man his shield."
And he got him his shield. So now, Mr. Layden is no longer with the company under the weird circumstances. But this new guy in charge, he seems to be down with everything we talking about. Man, now call it coincidence, but I'm just gonna tell you.
So just to clarify, King, you're saying Phil Dominus Spencer is dictating everyone's moves in the gaming industry right now.
How Master Chessman moves. He puts you in positions where you have to move in a certain manner. So now it's not what they want to do. Come on, man. It's what they have to do.
What they have to do. Oh,
they have to make money. It's an old IP. All right, fine. You already made your money. Y'all guys are not buying the game. So why do y'all care if somebody else enjoys the game? Allow the game to go someplace else so it can have a second life. What you guys are trying to do is be selfish, try to hoard everything to yourself. But when you are selfish, you're going to die stagnated by yourself in the corner. But if you let that game get out and that game does super numbers on the PC, Now what happens? You have a different fan base that might purchase into the PlayStation ecosystem, that might move forward into it because it comes out first on the PlayStation, then it goes to PC. If a guy catches FOMO and he can't wait, he's going to buy a PlayStation because the game's first here. So you're not looking at the logic going forward, but Phil knows this. Phil knows, okay, I'm going to put Game Pass over here. I don't care where you play at. Right. As long as you are engaging, your company needs to adopt this type of mentality that because we're moving forward into streaming. Do not get left behind. We have plenty of things. Remember your Sony Walkman. Remember your Sony disc players. Y'all guys are in the bushes right now because y'all don't have a situation where y'all can stream music properly, and that was your main focus of money. So now this is your only pillar. Don't lose your last pillar. But I see it in great standing. Maybe playing it in super high real 4K and real resolution.
Oh my Lord!
You can actually see the game how it's really intended to be.
Now we PC now. That is what we doing, King. That's what we doing.
Say, because it's not true 4K, but me being a graphics whore that I am, I would really like to see the game in its full fidelity.
All right, but let me ask you this, King, before I pass it to Fox.
So I will say, there's plenty of room for expansion with the millions of people on Steam. One thing I did forget to bring up is where you guys think this is going to go if it does come.
Before you answer, I just got to ask King this one question. We'll get to if again rumor. But my question, King, is the feedback to what you're saying, the counter to what people are saying, and you're saying is that some people feel that this is not good for gaming and for Sony if this is true. That Horizon Zero Dawn goes to PC, that this is not good, and that they shouldn't be mirroring Xbox strategy. What say you to that?
It would concern me if they didn't do it. It would concern me if they saw the potential to make money and they didn't. It would concern me if they saw a avenue of expansion and they chose to block it off of old ideologies. This is not 1984 no more, guys. This is not 1996. This is not cartridge-based systems. This is not red versus blue anymore. You guys saw Stadia come out. Thank God they stumbled, because if they happen to have hit,
right?
Could you imagine what next year would look like? All right, so yeah, diversify the portfolio. Why are you caring if it comes out on PC? You played the game already. Now, only person that should be upset is the person that didn't buy the game, right? Because now you're upset. Why? There's no reason for you to be upset that somebody else will get a chance to eat the cookie. You already ate your cookie. So let somebody else eat cookies, man. Everybody want cookies too.
No doubt. Let's get the Fox in here, man. What do you think about this potential rumor, again, for the record, rumor of Horizon Zero Dawn possibly coming to PC? And again, if it does happen, to Addict's question, which platform would you think would be Steam? Do you think it might be the Epic Store if it does happen? So Fox, the floor is yours.
Man, it'd be great for Epic if it came to the Epic Store. And if it came to PC in general, I think it'd be great for gaming. I don't think it would be good for Sony, in my personal opinion, because it's definitely not red versus blue, but it is blue versus green. Still hard. And I get what you're saying. That is an old way of thinking, King, but it's also, that's what Sony has. Like, Sony doesn't have Game Pass. Like, PS Now is not Game Pass. Sony's big core is their first party titles. Like, to push it even further, like God of War coming to PC, like, no, never do it. Keep it on there. It is like,
might be upset. You might be upset. It's in PS Now. It's in PS Now right now, Fox.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, keep it on a PlayStation platform. Don't put it on PC.
What about Death Stranding? Death Stranding's on PC right now. They've been opening the door. Detroit is on PC. There's a couple of PlayStation exclusives that have found their way. I'm not saying this is true. I'm just saying, like,
exclusives that was entirely funded by Sony.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's a good move for them, because I just don't like that. That would be the only reason for me to ever buy a PlayStation. That's why I bought a PlayStation. I hate PlayStation controllers. It's my least favorite controller. Like, by far. I don't know.
Yeah.
But what about this though? What about? Here's the question I have for you. What is stopping you if it goes to PC? Why is that stopping your personal enjoyment That's my question. Like, why would that stop you? Shouldn't you be happy that other gamers are getting a chance?
No. I totally.
Uh-huh.
The more people that get to play it, that's great.
Okay.
And I'm happy for it. Gorilla does Horizon Zero Dawn, right?
Correct.
And I love them because they made the Killzone franchise, which I loved on the Vita.
Yes.
They're a great company, and it's good that they can make more money. But for Sony, I don't think they should do it.
Okay.
Yeah, this is,
I don't like it.
We've talked about this devil's advocate argument for a while already, right? We've done this already.
Yes,
And the thing about Sony, and I agree, I'm happy if it is the truth. I'm happy that it's going to PC. Fantastic. More people get to play this game, especially on a super high powered PC.
Yes.
But that said, Microsoft has they've been preparing their base for this reality for a long time.
Right.
They've been preparing their base for letting them know our first party stuff is going to be fluid between Xbox and PC. And quite frankly, we're trying to put it on anything that can run it. Like anybody that's going to shake our hand and say, yes, we're going to try to do that.
No doubt.
PlayStation has been just little by little now has been sort of creeping in and making statements. Sean Layden, before he went out the door.
But Sovereign, just your part, right? That one part. This is not the same Sony.
It's not the same Sony, but this is the thing. They haven't. It's been little comments here, little comments there. They haven't come out and said we're all in, right? So the base of the PlayStation, for whom that exclusivity stuff matters, is still under the impression that that's going to be a core tenet of their business moving forward. That our stuff is going to stay here, 100%, right? They haven't come right out and said this is what we're going to do, and it's different than what you're used to. So, and it goes back to the argument I made a while back. It says, I think that's the future, right? I think that's where everybody needs to go, where whether it's services or whatever, but try to get your stuff on every platform possible. You're going to make more money. Period. You are. I understand creating an identity for your platform with these exclusives, but it's it's identity. It's not money. If you think about money, the smart play is to put it everywhere you can.
Right. Okay.
I don't think they may not be. Again, Microsoft is prepared for this on every level. They've prepared their base and they're ready from it from a company standpoint. They're ready to engage in this future. I don't know how absolutely ready PlayStation is to actually engage in this future.
So you would kind of agree with Fox in the sense that you don't necessarily feel they should change their identity, that they should stick to kind of what got them to dominate the PlayStation 4 generation, like this current generation. I
think if they're not as well as prepared as Microsoft to do that, then no.
Then don't jump. Hold on. Shout out to Art with the $3. I'm gonna give you King. Shout out to Art with $3 in the chat. Preach King. #IronLogs. All right, I just want to say.
Okay. I just want to say something to Christopher Hart, right? And the only reason why I'm giving homie the light right now, even though he don't put nothing in the chat. The only reason why I'm giving him the light is because he's probably one of the only people that friend requested me on PlayStation, actually jumped in the chat with me. So shout out and salute to you. Now, I just want to say this, right? I don't see your game being in everywhere it can be as devaluing your game. Actually, the more places and the more eyes that get a chance to see something that you have shows that you value your property because you're letting the world see it. When you hoard something to yourself, only you and those chosen few can see it. Now, we've already stated that we have weak internet all over the world, right? And this is the reason why I believe that the Switch is going to gain further traction once a games service like Game Pass can be implemented on that machine, right? Is because the Nintendo Switch is going to hit every corner of the world. They're versatile. They understood they couldn't win in a certain manner, and they switched it up. Sony is the only company out of these big three that is playing steadfast into the old tradition.
Nintendo. I'm so sorry, but Nintendo is so old school. You will never see a Nintendo game on PC.
Oh no, you won't.
You know what I mean? But they are the hoarder. Like PlayStation plays way more ball than Nintendo does in that aspect. Like you're not going to see any Nintendo game.
I see Nintendo eventually start releasing some of their stuff on mobile. To be honest,
they tried that already.
This is the thing.
Get really nasty.
the mobile thing is that was their way of trying to penetrate other markets, right? Like that was their way of doing it.
They have. They make tons of money.
They made a lot of money.
Games.
They're not great games, but they made a lot of money.
Made a lot of money.
I just don't think listen,
Who's gonna lose the most by hoarding their IPs out of these next three people? These next three companies.
Let me solve this. And to King's point, you know what I'm saying? They're in the business of making money, right? So if there's money on the table, let's just say hypothetically to Addict's point, that Epic Store drops the bag, right? And it's say for Horizon Zero Dawn or what have you, right? You mean to tell me that like Sony, because we all know that right now as a total corporation, it's really only the games division that is kind of keeping them afloat right now. That is really profitable. That's really soaring, right? So I just find it hard to believe, to King's point, that they would turn down that situation if it was presented to them, especially now when you're starting to see baby steps. Nintendo really hasn't played ball on that level at all.
Right.
But we're seeing Sony slow, like here and there, and then Death Stranding, and then, you know what I'm saying, obviously even the services thing, like, you know, Microsoft has their first party day and date, Sony doesn't, but we're starting to see exclusives in PS now, you know what I'm saying, now. So it's like, my question is, you know, to you, Soft, like, you think they won't eventually just say, like, go in, like, all the way with this thing just because,
I 100% think it's the right move, right?
Right.
You have to stop and think about how their base is going to react to that. The bottom line is it's the right money move. It's the right business move. Absolutely 100%. Games are getting more and more expensive to make. Not every game is selling Spider-Man numbers. Not every game is selling that. You want to make as much money off of your product and have the tail of your product be as long as possible. It makes business sense moving forward, right? Forget about
Fox
understand.
Is shaking his head. Fox is upset.
I respectfully disagree.
Fox is ready. Let's go, Fox.
I understand it, Fox, but at some point, the green versus blue is going to take a backseat to what actually makes money. Because
we are talking about the company that has the top selling consoles, like PS2, PS4, because they have their exclusivity. That's what it is.
If you look at the numbers, if you look at the 10 million sold by Spider-Man, right? And you know full well that by putting that game on PC, you're going to sell another 7 million.
But a lot less PlayStations if you do that.
So you think, Fox, your argument is that they'll still focus on the console hardware sales. Because here's the thing I want to bring to you, Fox. A lot of us at the round table and a lot of the analysts have said, you know, because of what's happening with the Googles, the Amazons, that even though streaming might not be ready right now, right?
Yeah.
But let's say 5 years from now, when 5G has penetrated the market and all these things, eventually it will happen. Almost similar like to the digital age. Like maybe Xbox a little too aggressive coming out the jump, but eventually it did happen. We're very digital for the most part, right? So the question is, with Sony, right, in this situation, you don't see that eventually they may have to evolve from just the pure console hardware model if they can get more sales another way and still keep their business? Or you completely don't think, they're going to stay tried and true to that?
They'll have to evolve when it gets there, but even when you're talking about a streaming service, if you want to watch The Crown or Chef's Table, you're subscribing to Netflix. That's not available on anything else. That's what you're doing. Everybody has their exclusives. Apple has their own shows. Amazon has their own shows. It's all about the exclusivity. Like, yes, you can watch that in multiple places. And once we get there as a generation, I think that's fine. But for now, they are leading the game for a reason.
So in your case, you say if it's not broke, don't fix it. However, with Jim Ryan in pocket and Sean Layden, they seem to switch philosophies very quickly with a lot of things early. I'm just concerned with that part because I've never seen them kind of even think about adopting, and then he's making comments about, we have to change our thing with, with the cloud, and this is stuff that, we have to get into, and yada, yada. And then obviously we know the deal.
That's just another way to digest their stuff. We're not saying it's like, I don't know, even at the same point, like,
let's go.
Port it to something besides, like, port it to Switch.
Don't put it on the evil PC. That's what we
That's
do.
true.
Don't put it on. Let me jump in. This is
Do
fun.
what they did with The Witcher and then make money that way. To me,
Oh,
that
this
makes
is
more
fun.
sense. Like, I
This
don't know.
is fun. I
We
love
got
it.
3 Switch guys.
I love it. Listen, at the end of the day, I'll be jumping, man. Look,
I gotta use the bathroom real quick.
No,
Right
go
back,
for it, man.
Jeff.
Go for it. Yeah, my thing is, obviously, it's a rumor. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't going too crazy with this. Yes, he predicted Death Stranding. I'm on some wait and see. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, the only thing that feel a little sus is February 2020. It would have.
It would be out of control once that happens.
Because to me, it's like if you're going to do it, solve like
if it comes out in February, do you think if this is true and it's come out in February, do you think we'll see it like announced at like the Video Game Awards or the State of Play that's about to come up?
They can't. I don't see them announcing at the State of Play about being on another platform.
You know how when you go to the doctor and you're gonna go get a needle, and then the doctor does this, like he puts like a little thing in the head for because if you got a baby, right, the baby go get a needle and they do something like that. The baby look at the needle, they stab, they. Yo, y'all right now looking at this, and y'all gonna find out all your games is gonna be on PC.
Look, like when it comes down to it, I honestly think that if this does happen,
right.
First off, I think the Twitter's gonna implode. It's gonna explode and then it's gonna implode and then explode. It's gonna go how the sun's gonna go. All right. I think people have stuck to their guns for a long time, and I don't know how they're going to be able to react to this. I do think that if this happens, it's coming to the Epic Game Store. I think Epic Game Store has been getting a good relations with Sony, and if they do sign like a 10-year exclusivity deal with Sony to sell their games on their platform, that will automatically force people's hands because you can say, well, I ain't buying State of Decay or something on another platform than Steam. But are you going to say you ain't going to play God of War 2 on another platform?
Oh, yeah, we know that. I mean, but listen, here's the thing. Like I said, my only question is the date. That's the only thing that seems suspect to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you're going to do a move like that, in my opinion, you need to to me, it's a promotional tool to set up the sequel for Horizon Zero Dawn 2, right? And Horizon Zero Dawn 2, at my knowledge, is not coming out at the top of the year. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. All I will say is that the only thing that leads a little credence to it is obviously Death Stranding uses the Decima engine, which the same thing Horizon Zero Dawn. So it has shown that it is, portable to that platform. You know what I'm saying? So
Does Kojima own Death Stranding or does Sony own Death Stranding?
No, he owns Death Stranding.
He owns Death Stranding, but I thought it was a Sony IP. I think they control it, right? Don't they control the IP?
No, I don't know. I don't think so. Not necessarily. I don't know what kind of bag they gave him, but they gave him the bag they gave him gives him control over pretty much everything. I don't really think. I don't know if it's a multiple game deal or anything like that, but I think when it comes to
Sony Interactive owns the trademark to Death Stranding.
That's what I thought. I thought Sony owns the IP.
Yeah, they own the trademark.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But anyway, Anyway, all I'm trying to say is, from the Decima standpoint, the engine, we know that it's proven portable because of the Death Stranding going to PC. So all I'm saying, it is in the realm of possibility. That's all I'm going. We'll see what it happens. We'll see if they drop the bag. I don't know. I'm waiting to see. We're gonna see what happens. It's very interesting because Twitter is on fire right now about this thing possibly going to PC. A lot of PlayStation fans are very upset.
Yeah, people arguing that it would undercut a potential remaster for PS5, all of this stuff, and it's like, Sony's not really big on remasters per se. They're big on a straight up remake, but a remaster, like anything that you've seen from like when the Xbox One X came out and they started doing crazy stuff like 9 times resolution on old games and stuff like that. Old Sony games on PSN never really did any of that. They never even went that route. Like not even.
You gotta think how many games that Sony has published or they've paid for is started coming to PC in the past year already.
Right.
Like you got all the Quantic Dream games.
Yeah.
You have Death Stranding coming.
The Dreams will probably make his way to PC at some point.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, shout out to Tip Down to our super chat late to the show. Salute to the Iron Lord panel. But that's all I got. I want to move on because we got to fly through. We got the watch thing. So, Solve, Lockhart's back, man. Is it back for good?
We have not used this terminology since E3 last year. We haven't used Anaconda and Lockhart for months already, and it's back. So Jason Schreier reported it. This is why I really was interesting about this. I don't think Schreier is going to come out and report on something that he doesn't feel strongly about. So it was reported that Lockhart is actually a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox's apparent plan is to release 2 SKUs of their next generation hardware. As we had, thought about that for, I guess, the past year and a half. That was what we assumed, that there was going to be 2 SKUs, one called Lockhart, the other one codenamed Anaconda. But at last year's E3, this past year's E3, they codenamed everything Scarlet. Everything fell under the Scarlet banner, and it seemed that Lockhart was dead, and it was one SKU. So, according to Jason Schreier and his sources, no, that is not the case. A lower-powered diskless Xbox, next generation Xbox, still codenamed Lockhart, is apparently in the works. What do you guys think of this? Do you think it's real based on the specs that have been talked about?
Right.
What do you think about potential price point? And do you think they should do it? Because we've had that discussion as well. Do you think it should be something that they do?
No doubt the Fox is back. What do you think about this potential 2 SKU approach? Flannel Fox.
I mean, it would make sense. They have the Xbox One SAD edition now, and then they have the regular. So it seems like it makes sense. Honestly.
No doubt. What about price point? You think what you think would be the sweet spot for it?
Anything. It's
$2.99, $3.99, less than $2.
I think it's gonna be $3.99.
Yeah,
$3.99 for the discless.
For the diskless, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Because I think the actual the other one, and I think it's called the Anaconda, right?
Yeah, the big boy.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be $100 to $200 more.
So you're talking 600.
I think the Anaconda could be anywhere from 500 to 600.
Gosh.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
I think Lockhart's going to be like the out the gate starting point.
I think they got to keep it at $299. If they put
I
the
doubt
lower
it.
option,
I highly doubt it.
That would be insane.
Yeah,
A $299 console, a $299 console that
we don't
can
like
do
if you
next
think
generation stuff. Right?
Think about it now. Like the consoles now are $299.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
And this is a couple years into development, so like.
No, I know, but you're just getting like, I don't know. That's a really high price point for the lower edition.
And I think the reason it's going to be that is because I think PlayStation 5 is coming out at 500.
Okay. So your prediction is you think because PlayStation PS5 you think Anaconda is 6 and
I think they're going to use Lockhart to beat them at price point. They're going to use Anaconda to beat them at the power.
That's smart.
Interesting.
I don't know how I feel about it at the launch of a console.
Yeah,
I mean, if you look at the Switch with the Switch Lite, right? Switch Lite came out 2 years after the launch of the Switch.
I think that they're going to be relatively around the same strength. It's just I think one's going to be diskless and one's not. I think they're going to take the little luxury things out of the Lockhart to make it more price relevant. And I think Microsoft's going to take a loss on both.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
At
least starting out.
Yeah. All right. So you got solved, man. Wait, where you at?
I mean, honestly, we talked about this. I was all in when they first started talking about it because I wanted them to make sure they could never lose that power narrative again. So how better to do that than to make sure you have both ends of the spectrum covered.
Right.
But then, and then we heard the rumors about PlayStation potentially doing it. And then why I felt that wasn't a good move because PlayStation didn't need to do it. Right. PlayStation can get away with slightly less powerful console because of their name and because of their games. Like they can get away with that. I don't think Xbox could get away with that.
Right.
But then thinking on it afterwards, I was like, nah, you know what? You don't want to confuse people. Like you don't want to put something out there. And if the messaging, which has traditionally not been the greatest, is not perfectly on point, it's gonna create problems. It's gonna create problems. And you don't want that type of confusion at the launch of your next platform.
If you were deciding how they market this, how would you market? Because it is a challenge. Like, do you market just the Lockhart and you expect the hardcore to know about the Anaconda? Like, how do you?
I can tell you how they market it if y'all ready for me to go. It's easy.
Nah, go right ahead because it's
easy.
It's a confusing thing.
To me, it's not even confusing. It's to me. You listen. Not everyone has a 4K TV. Still, there's still people that don't have 4K. So you could literally market Anaconda as the big boy 4K 60 machine, and you can market this one as the 1080p if you don't care about that. They're both going to have SSD. They're both going to have the Navi architecture. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing: the rumor that came out, people are like, "Oh, you know what I'm saying? Why are they saying it'll be comparable teraflop wise to an X, less than an X, and less than a PlayStation 4 Pro?
It's a different GPU.
It's a different GPU, and all shout out the mods. All teraflops are not the same. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The performance of this would be superior to
the
X and the PS4 Pro. So that's the thing. I mean, this is really simple. You could say, look, for those of you who just want a machine that does 1080p 60 or even the rumor of 1440p 60, which is what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is the machine for you. It'll have a lower clock as far as the CPU. You know what I'm saying? Maybe less RAM.
I mean, how?
Right?
I
So
don't know,
you just say that this is, if you don't care about 4K gaming, this is the 1080p 60 joint for
I
you.
just feel like running ads and stuff, you're gonna have to have two different versions of an ad. Like, I feel like it's gonna get complicated. Like,
yeah, shout out to Dizzy. Dizzy, you saying stop saying consumers buying ignorantly. How is it confusing? It's confusing because it's not confusing to me. It's not confusing to you. We're a different beast than the average person that walks in to buy a console. And let's be frank, you know, not everybody's gaming forte behind that counter. Not everybody knows.
Absolutely.
You have people selling these consoles that have no idea how to describe them.
But here's my counter to both of you. In this sense, we're doing this right now with phones. When you get the new Galaxy, there's like 4 Galaxies. You got the S9, you got the
but
S9
do they
Plus.
promote all of the Galaxy?
At launch at the same time, the 9 and the 9 Plus. You know what I'm saying? Like, this has been going on. You know what I'm saying? This is not new. You know what I'm saying?
But usually all that's the difference between one is the size of the screen.
No,
like,
not necessarily. The 9 Plus had the whole feature of the edge thing and technology. There are different things.
But I never see them break down that. Like, I don't think you can compare the two markets.
It gets broken down when you go.
Let me just one last point.
Yeah.
The phones are more expensive than the consoles. Do you know how much this costs? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is everyone's buying the new iPhone. Everyone's buying the new Galaxy when they come out every year.
A lot of people put these phones on lease. They don't just dish out $800-900.
And that's why Microsoft has a program for you.
Right.
You know, it's. I'm going to jump in.
Go for it.
Because we're not going to confuse the messaging that Microsoft has had in the past with the games that they have learned now. I've seen a different way of messaging. Right. You know, shout out to Aaron Greenberg and the team. I've seen a different level of control internally with the company, right? So moving forward, these leaks most of these leaks are strategic, to be honest with you. Right. And the fact that now, Frenchie's in New Jersey calling me. Okay. Sorry. The reason why now we're starting to hear about the Lockhart and the stuff is to prepare the people going forward. They won't market the high system. Right. They're not going to market it. They're not going to market the Anaconda at a certain price. When I went to go trade in my phone, I'm glad Cognito brought that up. I went to go trade in my phone because my phone is paid off. So I'm like, I want the new one. And we was going to do it last year. Cognito and I was talking about the 5G, you know, Galaxy S10. And then once we found out how much 5G was, we was like, we don't need to jump. I don't care about the screens and all that other stuff. Right. Not necessary. So we held that fast. Now, they're having a little bit more programs and going forward. So when I went to go check the price on the phone, my phone was like $900 for the base. But when I said, okay, let me max that out, let me get the, you know, the bigger RAM and all this other stuff, it came up to $1,600. I said, what are you out of your mind? Like, what is going on here? All right, so we know that they're going to market the Lockhart. That's the only one that you need to market. It brings the people in the store. You market the $399 system, and I believe Attic is right. I believe it'll be $399. I don't ever see it coming in at $299. That's wishful thinking for pocket watches. And I won't believe it'll be $349 because if it's going to be any price, is going to be a whole price, not a half. Okay. Because that's where you cut. You cut the half. Okay. All right. So it's going to be a whole price. So it'll be the $400, right? The PlayStation will come in at $5. Then the Lockhart will probably come in $650. Right. Now that's when you want to maximize your dollar. Right. That's when you want to go higher. Right. the reason why the cheaper Lockhart will sell and undercut Sony is because we know that they gain foothold in being $100 cheaper.
Right.
When you go to the store and people are purchasing for the holiday season, they're trying to get the most that they can, when they can, how they can.
Right.
So you must have supply. That's the first and foremost. They must have supply. You must have price point. If you're $100 cheaper than your competition, it gives you a better chance to survive.
Right.
Now, for us enthusiasts who want something a little bit more beefier, a little bit more powerful, a little bit more premium, you're going to go and you're going to get the Anaconda. That's the stuff that we know about. Now, after a period of time, you can market the power differential between the other competition later. But in the beginning, it's going to be on equal footing with all of them because of the CPU and the SSD and the RAM involved.
Right.
And that's what I said earlier when I said I think they're going to market the Lockhart. Like, they'll make people aware of the Anaconda, but Lockhart's going to be in the spotlight.
That's fine. All I'm saying is,
think about it, though. How does that work with the Lockhart being in the spotlight?
The same way it works with the X and the S right now.
Obviously, not at the launch of a new platform.
That's what I was about to say.
But see, the X.
How do you market the Lockhart when it's obviously inferior to the PS5?
Right.
But see, the thing is that the X and the Pro have made that market a little bit more understanding to different consoles like that.
They made that 2 years into the cycle, or 2 or 3 years into the cycle.
It doesn't matter when they made it. They still gave people the option, and they've lived with that option for a couple of years now.
I think it's a different animal at the launch.
When I go to purchase, I'm going to go, I'm going to go purchase as much as I can, and then I'm going to put them on eBay like I do.
Oh my God.
But what I'm going to do, what I'm going to keep for myself is I'm going to, hold on, let me turn this down. That's the boiler. What I'm going to keep for myself is I'm going to keep 2 Lockharts, one Lockhart down here, one Lockhart in the bedroom, and inside the living room where I game mostly, I'm going to keep the Anaconda.
Right. Hold on one
All
second.
right, so
super chat. JD Gamer, how powerful do you think the Lockhart will be? Xbox One X with Zen CPU, and then shout out to Brat. Wow, the $20 super chat. Wow,
that's because he wanted to say all of that and had to give $20.
Phones are different. It's a tangible device where people immediately see the screen size difference and can hold the devices and physically see differences. Consoles are a bit more complicated than that to market. So, but here's the thing, and I'll get to Brat in a minute. I'll give it back to you. Is that this has happened before. You know what I'm saying? The 360 launched with an arcade and then what you call a Sku. The PlayStation 3 had the one with the 60.
Same car console. It was just a difference in hard drive size.
I'm trying to say the prospect
dual SKU
has existed. This is not new. This is not something that has never happened before.
But I think this is different than that. This is too different. I think this is different because this is two different products that's being put together.
It's not really two different. They both share the same architecture.
Nah, man, you're gonna.
No, I think Lockhart and Anaconda are two different products.
A 360 with a 60 gig.
Are we gonna say the Xbox One X and the S are the same product?
But here's the thing. One is from a technical standpoint, they are the same. One is just going to have most likely a higher clock. You know what I'm saying? On their CPU as far as the Anaconda is concerned. You know what I'm saying? And then we got to see, obviously, the hard drives. We know they both share an SSD. It's not going to be as different as so many people think. It's just the price point. One is going to allow you to play 4K games with 4K gaming, and the other is not. It's simple. Like this is not this big complex thing.
When I play Mason and he's playing on his S and I'm playing on my X, it doesn't bother him at all, because he doesn't care about 4K gaming, but I do. I'm that person that care about that graphic horse stuff. He doesn't care about that. Now, if it would be a big problem if they didn't have an SSD drive inside that Lockhart.
Now you're talking different. Now if there's no SSD,
I don't think it's going to.
Yeah,
I don't think it's
no doubt. Hold on. We got Fox. You got to roll, right? I saw your message.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I only had to one block.
No, it's cool, bro. No, it's cool, bro. Yeah. No, please, man, shout your channel out. Let the people know where they can find you. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord's will continue talking, so we got to get you out the right way.
No worries.
No, please.
First off, I just want to say thank you, gentlemen, so much for having me on your chat. It's been super fun and a pleasure. And yeah, come check me out at the Flannel Fox on YouTube or the Cigar Noob if you want to puff some stuff.
Yo, Fox, I just want to say I can't wait to get a chance to hang out with you and eat those crabs and those lobsters in Boston on this PAX run. And it was definitely a pleasure meeting you. And the conversations we had before we even launched was even more entertaining than the stuff that we had going on here now.
Hell yeah, man. I'm looking forward to some crab legs, bro.
No doubt. Salute the Fox. One of the originals, man. Enjoy your day, brother. Thanks for hanging out.
Thank you guys so much.
No doubt. We're going to continue. Shout out to the JD Gamer with the $5 super chat. The way they market is platform marketing. You say join the platform with the most powerful hardware and you join the platform with the best price. So continue, King. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, no. JD definitely is on to something. JD, I definitely appreciate your thoughtful comment and super chat because that's exactly how you market it.
Right.
You know, when you purchase into Microsoft, you're purchasing into an ecosystem. You're not purchasing into a console platform per se. You're purchasing into all the services and everything that is incumbents in that ecosystem. So if they have affordability and power inside that ecosystem, you have a choice to choose which one that is going to be best for you.
Right.
So they're not telling you, all right, well, this is here and this is where you play at and this is it. That's not the end all be all. Right. How you definitely move inside that ecosystem is totally up to you because at some point in time, they're going to be able to allow you to take that same experience onto your PC. See, people are forgetting that once you're in and those games are launching first, day and date inside Game Pass. Game Pass is traveling to the new systems. Game Pass is still on your PC. So day and date, those games will be available on PC. So what are you saying? They're going to market 3 platforms? No, they're marketing the ecosystem and they're marketing the strategy of best price and performance.
Here's the thing. I want to bring us to solving addict, and it's the elephant in the room that we're forgetting, is the success right now of the Xbox Sade. We ain't going to call it the SAD. If we've seen right now with the UK, right, they just won Black Friday with the all digital edition of the Xbox One S. So the rumor with Lockhart is that is going to be most likely a diskless platform. Again, an attempt to bring the price down. Now, my question to both of you is, don't you think Xbox would be more emboldened, right, now that they've seen physical sets? Because we all agreed that the concept was cool, but the price was stupid at launch. We felt that the price was too high, but now that they brought that price down, and now they're seeing the success of this price being at that point, and consumers like, yo, I'll buy a diskless Xbox. They beat out the Switch and PlayStation and Black Friday with the S Digital. That's a huge deal.
And you got to think in the region, too.
I think about the region, and that's impressive in the region because they've never been
dominant over there. So it shows if if the price is low enough and that's
why, where I think it's going to be a $400 console. It's not going to be $150. You know what I mean? Like,
but when you're looking at the competition, that's $5. We saw at the beginning of this gen, like that $100 difference is a lot to a lot of people.
Right.
Like that will, motivate, and especially if you're looking from a hardcore standpoint, there's some that don't necessarily need the $600 one. They might go with the $100 less and buy a game with it.
Right. But my question to you though, Addict, is this is where I think me and you are different, is that the price has to be substantially different from it can't be just $100. Because
I know it's going to be $200.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be $200 from the Xbox, but it'll be $100 cheaper than the PlayStation.
And we might disagree, but I think that they're going to go with diskless and they're going to have a standard mechanical drive for the Lockhart because they're going to have to get that $200, and I think it's going to be really hard to do it with an SSD in it. Like I really do.
SSD have nothing to do with the drive. That's just a hard drive.
But it's more expensive.
But that's part of the
now the prices have started to fall off of them. To be honest with you, they started to get to a point where the prices on the parts of the SSDs are falling to the floor. Now the speed of your SSD is totally different, but the standard SSDs now are coming in at a little bit cheaper than normal.
So I mean, are we gonna go with like a 500 gig SSD.
See,
I
now,
don't
there
think
you
that's
go.
enough. I don't think that's enough. But you can have more of a mechanical drive that has higher gigabytes to terabytes without raising the cost up.
I think
the
if the
rumor is that it's
SSD as
SSD on both
integral,
platforms.
if the SSD is as integral as they say it is, it has to be. It has to, because then you are actually changing the functionality of the machine at that point, right?
Right.
It has to be. So 500, I think 500 is that sweet. You think it's not enough, but
I know it's not enough.
But
no, it has to be a terabyte.
We have a game right now that's 120.
It has to be a terabyte.
Right. But what if they do this addict? If they say,
but
okay,
a terabyte SSD?
Right.
I don't
saying
think
for cost. You're saying for cost they might go lower with the SSD size, drive size. What you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I can either see it being like 500 gigabytes or like a 2 terabyte mechanical drive. That's where I am right now. I'm sorry. That's where I am now.
The rumor is that it's definitely going to be an SSD. No one knows the size though. The rumor at both consoles are going to have the SSD. They're going to have the Navi system. But again, the rumor also is that,
I mean, the rumor was Lockhart got canceled, so I can't really go about what the rumors are.
That it never really went away. They just said from the true inside. Shout out to Dealer. Shout out to Brad Sams. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of, and shout out to Jess Gordon. It never went away. There was only a few outlets saying that, but it was always, it's just that when they tried to pin Phil down to it and say, yo, we heard rumors, and he said, look, we're going to just talk about the console, the Anaconda. That's what we're willing to talk about right now.
We got to get some of these super chats. That's starting to pile up. Did we get the one by JD Gamer?
I believe
the $5 super chat. No, we got $5 super sub JD Gamer. The way they market,
we said that one.
Yeah, we said that one. So then we got to get One Bad Mother.
We got a $5 super chat from One Bad Mother. It says Lockhart makes next gen SSD and CPUs more accessible. Accessibility and options is good for the consumer. Speed up, innovate, and it adopt faster.
Okay, no, fair enough. I mean, that's what I got. I mean, at the end of the day, all I'm going to say is this: like we said with the whole thing, you know, I thought it was interesting that they did very well with a diskless console, right? So coming in to the next generation, you know what I'm saying?
But do you think a full, like the standard price with a diskless console, do you think it's like, it's doing good now at the end of this gen, but at the beginning of a gen when people don't have the S's and the X's, do you think a diskless console with their base entry is going to be a good idea?
I think if they can show, first of all, they have to, the price point for a lot.
Because at that point, if you give everyone the option to buy a console without a disc, and not give them the option to buy it with a disc, because
the option with the disc would be the Anaconda.
Yeah, but you know, when you could just pay an extra $100 and get a PS5 that has a disc drive, they might not pay the extra $200 for the next Xbox.
Well, we don't know the price points. We don't know the price point of what Lockhart is going to be. We don't know the price point of what PS5. We're assuming. You know
I hope to God they're not the same price.
Right. So that's where I'm in agreement with you that if they do this with a discless Lockhart, right, that doesn't do 4K, it's got to be substantially cheaper.
Let me ask you a question. I just had an epiphany.
Let's go.
Let's have a question. What if Microsoft is truly aggressive, right?
Right.
And a Lockhart comes in at $100 cheaper than the PlayStation 5, but the Anaconda comes into the same price as the same price as the 5, and is more powerful.
Right.
Because this time they're not shoehorning the Connect inside the box. This time you have a different person in the helm that wants to be aggressive. It doesn't want to lose price point, because people are talking about right now that you have the development kits out there. And the PlayStation 5 is a little bit more powerful at this point, and we all know that Microsoft falls behind when it comes to dev kits. And then as it starts to get closer, those dev kits actually speed up.
I think they're purposely they're
on purpose.
They're waiting to the very last minute, for PlayStation to really show their hand, and then they're gonna make tweaks here, tweaks there.
I think in the next 3 or 4 months we'll see PlayStation.
But, all right, so my more important part is not the dev kits, is the prices.
Right.
Now, what if the Lockhart is that $100 cheaper, and then the Anaconda does come in at the same exact price as the PlayStation 5?
That's aggressive.
What happens then?
That's aggressive. That to me is the play. If Lockhart is going to exist, right, and this is the rumor that it's not dead, it has to do that. Like, that to me is the play. To me, the Anaconda has to at least match the PlayStation 5 on price point. You know what I'm saying? But or if it's more, that Lockhart better be substantially
what happens if they do that, do you think the Anaconda can beat them in power if it's the same price?
The vibe I'm getting is
How much of a loss is Microsoft willing to take?
We don't know this.
We don't know. Get the super chats.
If you're thinking about it this way, right? Let's get the super chat. But if you're thinking about it this way, Microsoft will make all that money back off of the fact that Game Pass will be in each and every person's box.
Right. That's their bank on the digital.
And the Game Pass is that.
And I think next gen, we've seen a push on Game Pass, but next gen, they're really going to push Game Pass.
That's why they're pushing now, right? They forcing
Game Pass is going to be in every box, a month of it.
Now think about this. Let's go back to Lockhart for a second. Think about that lower price point, and I know we're gonna get and Game Pass in the box. Let's say they do some promo like 3 months of Game Pass or 1 month of Game Pass for the guys that just buy a Lockhart digital. That's an attractive deal. You know what I'm saying? Let's get the super chats. Pixel Bit G, I'll get the first one. I think the Lockhart comes in at $299 and used a hybrid SSD, HDD with SSD RAM disk with 3 months of Game Pass. That's the key. PlayStation 4, $500, or PlayStation $500, and next Xbox $500. All right, who got JD Gamer?
That would be extremely competitive.
Yeah.
Competitive. Okay, shout out to JD Gamer with the $10 super chat. Nobody wants to pay more for less. That's why Xbox lost this gen. It's also why PS3 lost in the beginning of last gen. This two-pronged price to performance attack is the classic pincer, and you can expect to win.
All right.
I'll get this one. We got the $5 for Physical Pit. Lockhart has to be a significant value proposition. Take that up front and then make it up in Game Pass.
L up front. Take the L up front.
You gotta take the L. Yeah, that's what I feel.
Well, I know for a fact everything in me is saying that they're taking the L on both consoles. Like they're gonna take the hit on both consoles.
Right. All right, well, that's what I got, man. We're gonna fly through this thing with the Crown Your Lord.
Oh man, we still got that thing.
we gotta fly through it, man. We're not doing none of that esport. We're not doing none of that. None of that joint. We're just gonna fly through, bro.
Crown Your Lord
returns, baby.
Again. Will they dethrone sovereignty?
So are we gonna skip the VR AR? Are we moving past that?
Yes.
Okay, we're skipping VR.
Right, let's skip that.
All right.
Strategy game, y'all.
Best strategy game of the year. Here are the nominees: Age of Wonders, Planetfall, Anno 1800, Fire Emblem 3
Fire Emblem,
Total War 3 Kingdoms, Tropico 6, and Wargroove.
I got Fire Emblem.
I'm going with Fire Emblem.
I think that's a free. That's a free W for everyone.
That's a freebie. That's Fire Emblem.
Watch we all lose that. We all lose that. We'll be back.
I know, right? Okay, next up, best sports/racing game. The nominees are Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, Dirt Rally 2.0, eFootball Pro Evolution Soccer 2020, F1 2019, and FIFA 20.
Ooh, I'm going with FIFA. I'm going FIFA.
I'm going FIFA 20.
I'm going FIFA. I'm going FIFA.
All right. Woo.
I'm going FIFA.
This next one we're gonna disagree.
Let's go.
Best score and music. All right. First up, Cadence of Hyrule.
Nope.
Death Stranding. Devil May Cry 5. Kingdom Hearts 3. Sayonara Wild Hearts.
Wow.
I'm going Kingdom Hearts 3.
I'm going with Attic with the Kingdom Hearts 3, sir.
Me and King are on the W.
This is hard, man. Damn, I'm going soft.
Score and music. It says Sayonara Wild Hearts is about music, and then you know what it is.
Look, man. Soundtracks don't hit you quite like Kingdom Hearts hits you. Okay?
I have a feeling Death Stranding is going to win a lot of.
Look, I'm telling you guys, if you want to win this, Kingdom Hearts is your game.
You know what? I got to think with a cold heart. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts.
I'm gonna go against the grain. Let me go.
This is where he loses.
I'm gonna go against the grain. I'm gonna go with the Sayonara Wild Hearts. I heard things about that. Shout out to Wraith Emperor with the $2 super chat here to show love to the ILP. Resident Evil 2 Game of the Year, no doubt. All right, let's move on.
All right, next up, role-playing game of the year. This is going to be hard. This is going to be tough. Disco Elysium, Final Fantasy 14, Kingdom Hearts 3, Monster Hunter World, Iceborne, and The Outer Worlds.
All right, I got Outer Worlds. I'm going Outer Worlds. I'm dying on that sword.
I got Outer Worlds too. I
gotta go with Outer Worlds because I ended it. I love it.
I'm going with Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter.
This is where Attic falls off the train.
This is
Disco Elysium might
I
surprise.
heard Disco Elysium is
but
fire.
it's only on PC, so I'm thinking the Outer Worlds. That's what I'm thinking. All right.
PlayStation. I want y'all to
Hold
vote.
on,
I brought the game, so I want y'all to
everybody in the chat, feel free to put your vote in the
Put your
chat.
votes in the chat too. Let's go.
No doubt. Next up, performance. Right. So this is voice acting. Ashley Birch as Parvati. Outer Worlds. All right.
What are we even doing this category?
Courtney Hope as
Get out of this
Jessie
category.
Faden.
Let's get to the games, man. I don't care about these guys.
No, but these are
This is
I don't
important,
care
though.
about this. We have to do this one, right?
Ashley.
Courtney Hope as Jessie Faden, Control.
Nope.
Laura Bailey as Kate Diaz.
That's strong. That's
I
strong.
want to vote. I want to vote for Courtney because she that redhead. She
Jonathan
go,
B said, "Who voiced BB?" I'm done. Continue.
Young BB move that dope.
Dope.
everyone, let me just say, everyone in the chat will get the super chats right at the end of the show. We have to speed
We
through
got to
this.
speed.
So then we have Mads Mikkelsen as Cliff, Death Stranding. Matthew Peretta, aka Alan Wake, as Dr. Casper Darling, Control. And we have Norman Reedus.
Why you gotta say that? And then we have.
And I'm going with Norman Reedus.
Oh, King going for the easy money. King going for the
I'm going.
the Jeff
Well,
Stranding.
what's funny is King's going for the easy. I'm going for the easy, but I'm going with Cliff.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going for
I
Norman
want to go
Reedus.
with Kate, but I'm trying to go for this W. I'm not trying to go for the L. Okay, I'm going with Mads.
I think I'm going with Pavati. I'm going to
I'm
Ashley
going Parvati. I'm going Ashley Birch. Yeah.
Man, knock yourself out.
All right.
Ongoing
Best-
game.
Best ongoing game: Apex Legends, Destiny 2,
You already know I'm going to move on.
Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege.
This is where I'm going to lose.
I'm going to lose. I'm going with Destiny. I'm going to lose. I don't care. I'm down on my sword.
Nah, I'm going with Final Fantasy 14.
Wow.
I want to say Fortnite. I'm going to say Fortnite. I'm switching.
Clancy is out here killing it,
Yeah.
dude.
I'm going to say Fortnite. I'm saying Fortnite.
I'm gonna go Tom Clancy. I don't know how many. I know people were pissed
Fortnite, definitely. I'm going with Fortnite.
I'm gonna rock with Tom Clancy. I'm gonna rock with
Hey,
Tom.
you said Fortnite. Dog. You thought I was gonna sit there and yell out Destiny. I'm the only person to yell out Destiny. No, man. I'm going with
King is
Fortnite.
trying to win. Oh, narrative. I'm going to surprise y'all. Let's go.
Narrative: A Plague Tale, Innocence, Control, Death Stranding, Disco Elysium, and The Outer Worlds.
I'm going to
gonna go.
Okay, King.
I'm gonna go for Death Stranding.
King is trying to say the
Christopher Hart, let's
fixes
get
in.
it. Let's go.
I'm going to go with Death Stranding too.
I'm going to
Christopher,
go.
let's go.
I'm going to go with Disco Elysium. I've heard tremendous.
He's lost here. This is where Cognito lost.
I'm going
Cognito
with
just
Disco.
fell off the
So
train.
Cognito, next year when you're looking at this to see where things went south,
This is
this
where it
is
was.
it.
This
This
is
is where it went south.
I'm going with Disco. I'm going against the grain.
I'm gonna go Plague Tale. I've heard amazing things about A Plague Tale. So
Yeah, I heard that too. It was really nice.
Bushes.
All right.
Move it on.
Bushes.
Multiplayer game. Apex Legends. Borderlands 3.
Nope.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Call of Duty.
Tetris 99. And Tom Clancy's The
Did you really even have to say Tetris?
King, where you going, King?
I'm saying Call of Duty.
I'm gonna go with Call of Duty.
You going with the popular vote?
Call of Duty it is.
The popular
Call of
votes
Duty.
is gonna get us to win this. We want this W, okay?
Yo, we're sick and tired of losing to you guys. We don't care if we come in as a tie.
You gotta have a cold heart with this. All right, so
Solid.
everybody Call of Duty there?
No,
Or
not me.
where you going?
I'm gonna go because I feel
Art.
Call of Duty never wins an award. I think the Game Awards got something against them. I'm going with Borderlands on this. I'm going with Borderlands.
Oh.
Man, Cognito's looking to lose this whole thing. Everyone.
Okay, are
we ain't doing
skipping-
mobile.
are
We ain't doing mobile.
Mobile game.
Yeah,
Okay.
independent.
That's
Yeah, we're not doing mobile because they don't have Gears Pop there. Gears Pop is what's winning on these
Let's go.
streets.
Oh, this was
all
good.
right. Best independent game. Baba Is You. Disco Elysium. Katana
This is gonna be
Zero.
hard.
This is hard.
Outer Wilds.
Ooh.
Untitled Goose Game.
You said Outer Wilds? The
Wild.
Bush
The
Yes.
game?
The
Outer
Bush-
Wilds.
Boy,
Yeah.
listen, give me that Disco Elysium for 2, please.
Yeah, you going Disco? Where you going?
Yes,
Category?
I'm
This
going
is
with
the
Katana
only
Zero.
category they're
I'm
gonna
going
win.
with Katana
That's a good
Zero.
one. Oh, Saul, where you going?
I'm going Outer Wilds.
to me, it's either Outer Wilds, Disco, or Untitled.
Yo,
Now,
don't listen to him with
caveat.
that Outer Wilds
Let me
crap.
give this
This guy-
caveat though. There's
What's
two
up?
independent game categories.
Yeah.
There's one sponsored by Subway as well.
What does that mean?
That means that
Subways is paid for
That
this.
Subway
money.
paid for that is the fix. That's what you
Exactly.
want
Whatever
to
game got the Subway sponsorship
it's
inside is the one that's going.
it's given time to games that may not get. So there will
I'm
be
gonna
games in this
go-
category that are in that one as well.
I
God.
like Disco, but I heard so much about. I'm gonna go Outer Wilds. I'm gonna go Outer Wilds.
Garbage. It's garbage.
This goes only on one platform. That's the only
Only
thing.
thing, and Disco's in the narrative, which I'm going for now. So we're gonna move. That's why I got Games for Impact.
Games for Impact, Concrete Genie, Grief, Kind Words, Life is Strange.
I'm going
2.
Life Strange too. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, Life's Strange too.
I'm going Kind Word.
Okay.
God
I
bless.
kinda
Nobody
wanna
got that
go-
concrete genie though.
I kind of want to go with Concrete Genie. But
So
I'm
then
gonna-
go for it. Go for.
I'm gonna
Concrete
no.
Genie.
I'm going with the Life is Strange. I gotta go with the safe thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Stitch with the $2 in the chat. All I have to say is Phil Dominant Spencer. Phil Dominant Spencer. Phil Dominant Spencer. No doubt. You know, I think we missed what you call it. I'll get you JD game. I ain't forget you. Game direction.
Next, game direction. Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, Outer Wilds.
All right, this is where I'm going with
I
popular
love-
vote, and I'm getting back in pocket with Death Stranding.
Well, I mean, you've already lost like half the nominations.
This is where now I get back in line. I'm building-
Like part of me wants to go with the Outer Wilds because I do think they're going to want to give them one award here.
It has no
Uh,
direction, though. It
Why
has
don't got no
zero
direction?
Yo,
But-
it's literally directionless.
Oh my god!
No, I can't disagree with King in that regard. I can't.
No
It
direction.
is absolutely no direction.
King stupid. King, what you got?
I'm gonna go with Death Stranding for the win.
I'm in pocket now.
Shout out to my man Kojima.
In that pocket.
Young baby, move that dope.
So, where you at?
I'm in that bag too. Death Stranding.
And Addy
I-
said, "What Outer Wilds?"
I'm gonna go Death Stranding.
Aw, look at he's
Let's all
scared.
fall on the gun, man.
Yo, okay.
I am.
Listen. We cannot sit here and kill Death Stranding no more for award shows nominations. But we just sat here.
No.
Death Stranding.
No. Let's be real here. We're only going with it because of the game is here. Like, if Death Stranding is nominated, we all have to look at it and be like, okay, it can really win that. Like,
Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah.
So this is a good one. Fresh indie.
Fresh
Subway.
Indie presented by Subway.
Oh, this is Subway's joint. Outer Wilds.
No, it's different. I thought it was. It's the it's repping the studio, not the game per se. So it's Zaum for Disco Elysium, Nomada Studio for Greece, Jet Toast Entertainment for My Friend Pedro, Mobius Digital for Outer Wild,
Good one. Okay.
Mega Crit for Slay the Spire, and House for Untitled Goose Game.
Ooh, fresh indie. I know.
He said, I'm going to Untitled Goose Game. I'm
going
Untitled Goose Game.
I think this is the one the Goose could get. This is the one the
Goose
Goose
is
I'm
good.
going with House too.
I'm going
Yeah.
with. Where you going?
Goose is cooked.
I'm gonna go with Zaum Disco Elysium.
Yeah, Disco could win this. Yeah, Disco could win this.
And now that goose, they had too much sparks. There
Fighting
was
game.
too much
Oh,
sparks
alright.
around.
This
Goose.
one is interesting
This
to
is
me.
interesting.
Fighting game,
Mm.
Dead or Alive 6, Jump Force. Why
Nope.
is that? Mortal Kombat 11,
Mm.
Samurai Showdown,
Mhm.
Super Smash
This
Brothers.
is the
Ultimate.
Smash Pity Award. I'm giving it Smash.
Yeah. Smash.
Because
is
Smash is
bad.
supposed to be
I
here.
think-
Technically, it was.
I
last year.
think that's the only safe bet here because
Yeah,
I don't
Smash.
think Mortal Kombat's winning, and I don't even know why Jump Force is on
I
here.
don't even know why.
I literally
yeah, I
haven't.
mean, it's in-
I
it's in
literally
Game
haven't
Pass.
heard. I literally haven't heard one person talk about Dead or Alive 6,
Mhm.
and I have no clue what that Samurai Showdown game is. So
King, what
It's
you got?
Smash.
Oh, I told you, I'm down with Smash Brothers.
You got Saul, what you got?
Brothers.
Smash. Wait,
You got that Smash? All right, cool. Oh my
All
God,
right.
all Nintendo. Jesus, family.
Family game, Luigi's Mansion 3, Ring Fit Adventure,
This is hard,
Super
though.
Mario Maker
This
2,
is hard.
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate,
Mm.
Yoshi's Crafted World. Wow,
this isn't hard. This is Smash all day long.
I gotta go
Yeah,
with
this is a family game, Smash.
What you going,
Smash.
Saul?
Smash.
Damn, they gonna win too?
Because it's like these are all like Ring Fit is
This is gonna be the thing. This is gonna be the award they announce between commercials and shit. Like,
I'm gonna stick to that. I'm gonna stay in pocket. I'm gonna popular vote. Smash. I'm staying in pocket.
If they would have had Mario
All right,
Party,
we're doing esports. We're not doing that. We're not doing hosts. We're not doing game of the year.
Community supports the next
Shout out
one.
to the Blitzchung podcast
Shout out to them dudes.
who went
Shout out
under
to
the
them dudes.
table. Shout out to them.
So we ain't doing content. All right, community support is a good one though.
Yeah, we'll do that one.
Community support. All right. Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege.
Look, I'm dying on the sword. You know where I'm going. I don't care.
I'm going Fortnite.
I gotta go with Destiny
I'm
on
going
it.
with Destiny. With
I'm going with Fortnite.
Kenyo's at it trying to win.
Look! All I know is I'm winning one of those. Fortnite might win them both, but I'm at least winning one.
So
Listen, the Destiny community is out of
control, man. Transparency. This is the only thing Destiny got a shot.
Yeah, exactly. When you look at the description, I think Destiny. I'm going Destiny.
Gotta get something, man. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
All right.
Audio design.
Get into the
We have Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Control, Death Stranding,
Oh Lord.
Gears 5, Resident Evil 2,
This is a tough one.
It's a tough one.
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Ooh, this
I'm
is
going with Gears 5.
I'm going with Resident Evil.
I'm going with Resident Evil.
I'm going to Sekiro Shadow Die Twice.
Ooh, we split.
Damn, that Call of Duty with the
Call
realistic.
of Duty is fire too.
I gotta go
We-
with Gears 5 because
We might all lose this one.
Gears is not getting anything, but this is the shot they got.
This is the shot they got. Yeah. All right.
I gotta
We
respect
have
the coalition.
Art
all right.
direction.
Everybody's in there. Okay, right. Art direction. We have Control, Death Stranding, Grease, Sayonara Wild Hearts, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. You know what?
This is hard.
This is the only one I'm just gonna go with my heart because I love this game and I haven't repped it yet. Control. I gotta go with Control.
You go art direction.
Ew.
He said ill. He's doing. So what you got? What you got, Addict? I'm curious.
I'm going Death Stranding.
This is tough.
I want to go Zelda, but
I
I'm
want to
going
go
Death
Zelda.
Stranding.
I want to go Zelda, man.
I'm in this to win it, man. Death Stranding.
Art direction, technical.
Hopefully, I'll
what does
get
it
lucky
say?
and they'll give Death
Outstanding
Stranding every
creative or
nomination.
Technical achievement, and yeah, Death might win that.
That don't matter, man. They're going with Death Stranding. Look, B, you said some suspect stuff on this so far, okay? Go with Death Stranding.
Yeah, I need to catch up. Let me go. I think Zelda deserve it, but I think they might. This is where Death might stick it. Okay.
I'm picking Zelda
Oh, you okay? You breaking protocol?
for the win right now because for some reason I'm sitting here playing Zelda and it pops up right now, and if I'll be a fool to go against my pick,
No doubt. Action adventure.
All right, action adventure game. Borderlands 3, Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
yo, can I take back my art direction? I would like to take back my art direction and
No,
go. You serious?
No, he can take it back. What you taking it back
I'm
for?
gonna go with Death Stranding, and I'm taking Zelda here.
You taking Zelda and action adventure?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Zelda here, and I'm gonna go with.
no. Would it be funny if he lost both?
If he
of them
lost
because
both
of it?
because of that, that would be
You know
funny.
what?
I'm going with Resident Evil 2
Oof.
because I feel like this is the only one they're gonna win.
I'm going with Sekiro.
I'm going with Sekiro too.
I'm going with Sekiro.
The Lord's.
I'm gonna take an L on this one. I have
This
a
is a
feeling.
hard. This could go either way, y'all. I can see scenarios for all of these winning on some level, except Zelda.
I'm going with Zelda here. I'm going with Death Stranding in the art direction, but right here I'm gonna go with action and adventure. I'm going with Zelda.
Action game.
Straight up
Ooh.
action game. All right, we have Apex Legends, Astral Chain, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Devil May Cry 5, Gears 5, Metro Exodus.
I got to step on the sword of Xbox and say Gears 5.
You dying on your sword?
Kind of agree with you, man, but something about that Call of Duty is just.
And for some reason, I think it's either Gears or Devil May Cry. Like I really do.
I would like.
But
to
then
see
again, Astro Chain's here, and they might try to give.
I'm dying on my sword on Astral Chain. I'm dying. I know this is not gonna win. I know it's not gonna win. But I'm dying on Astral Chain.
I beat that Devil May Cry, so I'm gonna go with Devil May Cry.
King breaking protocol 2
No,
times.
it's a really great
Game of the year.
All right, now wait.
This is worth 2, right? This is worth 2, right?
Points. This is worth 2 points. Come on now.
Death Stranding.
2 points. All right, we got
gotta see it.
nominees are Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and The Outer Worlds.
I'm going to Sekiro.
This is tough. We all know if the fix is in, what's going to happen.
Well, the fix is in. So,
but
the fix is in.
If the fix is not in, let me start with the fix. But
It's fixed.
I can't give Resident Evil as much as it's great. It's a remake, and I know how I feel about that.
Yep.
Control, nah, it was
Bushes.
good. Outer Worlds.
No,
was
let's
hard.
not even act like that game was good. Just keep going.
To me, it comes down to my heart versus everybody was talking about Sekiro, man.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's
You know what it is?
supposed to be Sekiro.
Not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
Listen,
Cognito, go Death Stranding. I'm standing on my sword.
Listen,
go for the W.
I'm going off a moral principle.
Look. That W don't care about your moral principle, okay?
I'm going against Jeff in the game. I'm going against Famitsu in the game. I gotta stand on my square. Sekiro, I'm standing on my square.
God bless you. I'm gonna go with Death Stranding, even though I know Outer Worlds is the winner. I'm just gonna sit here and tell you the truth.
I love
mean,
Outer
you
Worlds.
might not want to hear it.
Here's the thing, King. Outer Worlds would be my personal, but I just don't see them giving.
To be honest with
them.
you, I loved Outer Worlds, but I don't think it has any right being on this list.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: Young BB Moo that dope.
Oh, you fraud!
I'm going with Young BB Moo that dope.
You frauding.
I don't think Death Stranding, Control, and Outer Worlds belong on this list. I low key don't think Smash belongs on here
Smash
either.
don't belong.
But,
we all know they're supposed to be Jedi Fallen Order. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not though. And
I think Gears 5
I'm gonna
should
be
be
tight.
I think Gears 5 should be on here.
They not winning game of the year. His Ace Boon Coon. Is my dude. No. Shout out to my man Keegley with the FitX.
That's what we got, man. That's what. So you got them all rounded up. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I didn't. You know what? Looking at recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields.
What you got?
I'm going Sekiro. I'm going Sekiro.
That's what's supposed to win it.
King is gonna win this, man, because of this Death Stranding.
This could be King's first crown as Lord. He has stuck to the popular.
You know what's gonna be crazy? You know what's gonna be crazy? Why is the Death Stranding doesn't win one award?
That's what be fun. If they go against the grave because they're guilty,
nice.
Listen,
Kojima is out here. He gonna take trophies home. He gonna look like Michael Jackson on the podium.
And he's gonna go up there for the game of the year and be like, "All right, look, man, we didn't have time to put him up here 5 or 6 times. You won this, and this award. There you go."
This is gonna be Kojima. Thank you. For everything.
Yo, we miss JD Gamer Super Chat. I can't
understand it.
You have to look at the live chat thing.
The live chat. Help find it for me because I want to respect them. You know what I'm saying on that.
Right.
You can find it for me.
Just give
I got Stitch 6669 with a $2 super chat. All I have to say is Phil Dominus.
Yes, I saw that way. It's the one after that we missed with JD.
I'm on the one. I don't have one after that.
It's too far up in the chat. Let me find it. Just give me a second.
We got it. It was JD. He was talking about. I remember it. It was something about the consoles and
JD, just put it back in the regular chat.
If he's there, yeah, because we want to shout you out, brother.
All right, it is the 299 Lockhart, half the memory, GPU, and downclock to reduce cost of cooling, and Akana twice the PS5 memory and 50% faster CPU with CPU 10 cores and 30 more GPU. 30% more GPU.
Yo, shout out to Dizzy. I've never seen King fraud so much. You owe me.
King trying to win. Like, y'all understand. CrownYourLord. We can't have Sav out here doing this dominating.
I just want to point out, JD, if I butchered that, it's because like on the other screen that you have to look at super chats, they're really small. You can't really you have to scroll down it, so that's why it was a little bit harder there.
No doubt. Paul, let's get out of here, man.
Kojima
Jackson, you ain't stupid. You LP Paul.
Mr. Jackson, if you're nasty.
If the rumor regarding HorizonZeroDawn having a PC release turns out to be true, how does that affect your view regarding Sony first-party exclusives moving forward? The choices are A, don't like this direction. Sony first parties should remain exclusive to their platform. B, this is the future of gaming. Benefits Sony financially and more gamers play the game. Or C, I don't care until it's my favorite Sony exclusive that ends up on PC.
But look, JD, we would love to have Jeff on here and ask him about the fix.
Yeah,
I highly doubt he would ever go. You know what? Everyone in the chat, tweet Jeff and say, come on ILP.
Listen, that's the day I'm going to have to recuse myself.
You got to recuse.
Everyone in the chat, go on Twitter, tweet Jeff and say, come on ILP. Tag us.
Yo, let's get up out of here. Salute Lord Flannel Fox once again. It was fantastic to have him in the realm. Lord Addict, where can the people find you? What you have going on, sir?
You can find me reviewing Pokemon in the next couple of days. I don't even know how I'm going to approach this, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together as a community.
No doubt. Lord Solve, where can the people find you?
You can find me nowhere. I got to go to work.
Oh, damn. We got to get out of here. I know it's a late one. Lord King's in the bushes.
No, I'm not. I'm right here.
Okay,
okay. No. What I was doing, I was making Optimus Prime turn the beat.
That's how King's gonna come into ILP next week when he lost.
Yo, whoever this CrownYourLord, this is a fun one, yo.
Yo,
King
right,
win,
so,
I'm gonna be tight. So if he stuck to the script and win, I will be tight.
Listen, you can find me on Twitter, out here actively bashing trolls in the mouth. King David OTW. Hey, you troll. Look at this. This will make you upset, right? You like the pocket watch here, troll. There you go. No, I do like the support of all the people that's out here. I really love to see all of your guys' collection. It was really phenomenal. Mm-hmm. It was the best things that I've seen in a long time. I saw a guy who actually had the old school Dreamcast and everything. He even had an old school CRT television. And we started off beefing, but we follow each other now. And I'm looking at his collection, and it's beautiful stuff. Guys, keep collecting, keep doing what y'all doing. Y'all can see KOS where I got some other stuff. I got some stuff in the box that I'm going to put out soon. I'm going to do something different for you guys. Also go to lordsofgaming.net where Lord Addict busts his behind in these gaming reviews and stuff like that. And in very hard games, this guy is no joke, actually, to be honest with you. And we have superior writers that are there.
The team is fire right now.
Phenomenal stuff. And I'm not saying it because I'm part of it, but I'm saying it because it's true. And go to the Teespring store and go get those Lords of Gaming.
Lords of Gaming.
And
can I see that Lords of Gaming one more time? It matched the gold. It matched the cheese. You know what I'm saying? No doubt.
Yeah, but just definitely, and make sure you tune into the last word. If you're into Destiny and stuff, Cog and Lord Ebontis is out here spilling all the tea and giving you everything that y'all need to know going forward.
No doubt. You already know. Again, salute my brother Ebontis. We got a fun last word up with Teaser Teddy for IGN Fireteam Chat Associate. You know what I'm saying? It was hilarious. Please check it out if you want your Season of Dawn fix. Again, like King said, LordsofGaming.net. That's where it's at right now, man. We are bubbling. We are cooking. Salute to all the writers: Centurion, Mahmoud, Gene Schaefer, Gondor's Condor, Dizzy, Undead. It's just, we moving, baby. It's moving. It's so many names. I can't even. We out here, man. Mike P. The Truth, Anchorman. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? LordsofGaming.net. Please support. We can see the articles up, man. Retweeting mods. Lord Mods, the technical Lord, you know what I'm saying? You already know what it is. So, yeah, please support. Again, the chat was fantastic. Over like 150 yard a day. Outstanding. Again, the Flannel Fox, no doubt. Salute. Next week, we will be doing, most likely, hopefully me and Attic will do a live stream of the Game Awards. And then next Sunday, Crown Your Lord. Who will be the winner? Will King's Frauding earn him his first Crown Your Lord?
King, don't worry, man. I'm not calling you a fraud. I'm right there with you.
You know what I'm saying? That is the question. You already know. King,
you gotta tell these people the truth. Last year we took this L hard. All right, we knew next year that ain't happening again.
Right. First year was Cog. Second year was Solve. Who will crown your Lord?
This year's Addict.
Megatron, what's up? Slow-mo, what's up? You already know. Everybody enjoy your Sunday. Thanks for rocking out. We are out of here.